I also own an Icon vest, and this is how I feel about Icon vests. Yeah. It pretty much protects absolutely nothing.
Making an attempt to wear gear is better than nothing. All right?
I don't think the Icon vest is an attempt to wear gear, though. I think it's just an attempt to look cool.
Okay, will it do anything? Probably not, but it's somewhat of like an attempt to wear gear. It's kind of like the MBT pants.
Welcome back to Brood Talk episode 6. This is a very special Brood Talk because we have our second guest, and I don't think Marvin's gonna be a guest that's gonna stay for long. This is my boy, Marvin. I just said his name twice. Yes.
Is every episode with an extra person give me a very special one? Because I think this is like the second time you're like, this is a very special episode.
It's a specialer episode.
This is the specialist episode.
Yeah. You're making me blush.
Yeah. The whitest Filipino I know. I'm going to introduce the other guests of the show. We have
Machine Gun Moto.
206 Sarvesh.
Marvin.
He's a special guest.
Yeah. I'm new
Storm.
here.
What is it today, Nate?
My brain didn't want to work.
Today I have an update for Del Amo Motorsports, Long Beach. I actually talked to one of the, head honchos of the whole company. The other thing we're going to talk about today, too, is rider shame with gear. At first, I thought it was rider shaming with gear for people who don't wear gear, but apparently it's rider shaming for the type of gear that you're wearing that's happening too. I want to say it's mostly on TikTok. Also, we're going to talk about why everyone has a bias when there's like a new motorcycle or a bias for a motorcycle in general. We're going to explore Marvin's ADV/dirt riding experience. If you guys don't know, this guy did a few BDRs.
Yeah, Idaho, Washington, Oregon, and a ride to Baja.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And then I'm going to talk about my experience in the motorcycle club world.
He was a brother.
I was a brother. We're also going to get into like some tips for like motorcycle storage or motorcycle maintenance in the wintertime. Like, what do you guys do? Alex, what do you do to your motorcycles in the winter?
Well, just recently put a new rear tire on it because I don't store it anywhere. I just ride it.
This guy has the worst. You asked the worst, best person for what they do in the winter.
What I did is I put rain tires on my bike so I can ride it. What did I ride here? Yes, I did. It was beautiful
raining
out. Yes,
it's raining now.
I guess now it's raining. Yeah, but
And thundering.
Case in point.
I think that's a plane, dude.
That wasn't. I don't think that's
Yeah,
thunder.
there's
definitely a plane.
There's an airport nearby.
Yeah, that's
Y'all can't
But yes,
hear it, but it's
thunder
quite
does exist
certainly
when it does rain. Sometimes it's accompanied by
2.2
thunder and lightning.
GPA.
Yeah. He just heard noise. I'm surprised you didn't get up and run, bro. That's
I was about to sing the Thunder Buddy song.
what is the Thunder Buddy song?
from Ted.
From Ted.
Y'all don't know Ted.
Oh, yeah.
my
I've never
gosh.
seen Ted.
You've never seen Ted?
No, I'm a Family Guy fan though. Yeah, and I've never seen Ted.
Definitely should watch Ted.
Yeah, I heard it was funny. Somebody reached out to me. Actually, the manager that I talked to at Del Amo Long Beach sent me an email, and I was not comfortable talking to him because I just didn't trust him at that point. I feel like he could have gone about it a little bit better instead of just brushing me off. He could have said, "Let me look into it, and I'll come back with you with what I find." But all he did was, "Nope, not honoring it. Here's Matt's number, and you can figure it out with him." That's exactly what happened. He just said, "No, I'm not honoring it. That helmet's $1,200. It's not happening." And I was like, okay. So, and I asked them again. I gave them a chance, so they didn't. So I took to the internet, and yeah, a lot of you guys agreed with me. Anyway, somebody higher up than him contacted me. They wanted to talk. Spoke to her on the phone today, and she was very apologetic. She said there are some things going on at Del Amo Long Beach that is beyond my control. I did not know you held 2 meets there, let alone a giveaway. I want to make it right. I am not the type of person who says if I'm going to do something, I don't do it. She said we honor all of those, and I looked into it. We saw the Instagram post that the GM said wasn't there. She saw it. It was there. I believe it's still there. KYT helmets are now back in stock. I'm going to give her the winner's information, and they are going to take care of her. And I asked them if they would be willing to just say something, in regards to like, hey, we apologize. There was a misunderstanding, whatever you want to call it. Just say something to the public. She said, sure. But she also said, I'm not asking you to do it, but if it were to come from you, I feel like it would mean something more to everybody if it came from you. So I said, yeah, absolutely. Of course, I'm going to do it. So this is an unofficial update. I'm also going to post this on IG and all the short stuff. But yes, they are honoring it. So thank you for reaching out to me and making it right. She also asked if there was anything else that we needed. I said, no, all I ever wanted was for you guys to keep your word.
I need a leader bike. God damn it, Paul. This is the opening, bro.
I will talk to her. No, I will. I will. If that's if you're looking.
I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna go to California just to get.
I mean, they
bike,
could probably
bro.
ship one right at this point.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, true,
You know what I mean?
true,
So
true,
they want to
true.
make amends. Be like, my boy needs a V2
From
from the crate.
From the crate.
Zero net. You know what that means? You make zero, and we'll pay wholesale. Yeah, so I appreciate it. Thank you, person from Del Amo. I'm not gonna mention your name. I don't think that's necessary, but
Either
you know
way,
who you are.
It's an honorable gesture. It
Yeah.
definitely makes up for like all the chaos that ensued. Like, just because someone quickly answered you and didn't actually do their checking.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, and I also I talked to her about that. I said, this person, the GM there, he just blew me off. I said, I gave you guys a chance. He could have easily been like, I'm gonna look into this, and then I'll get back to you. I'll see if what you're saying is legitimate. Maybe I don't know, but he just said no, I didn't approve it. And she said she was gonna talk to him about that. She said we just hired this guy, and it's a learning experience for him and for us. And I hope, I think she was just, again, I think what she hoped to get out of it was, I'm willing to let them at least fix their mistake. And I don't know. For me, that's more important than being salty about it the whole time. Mm-hmm. I never wanted that. I never wanted to shit on Del Amo. I always wanted for them to just do the right thing. And I'm glad that, I'm glad it's getting resolved.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I was gonna get when I was there was gear. So, I mean, they have a lot of nice gear there, which is really cool. But I mean, I feel like I'd get shit for it regardless if I were to actually have gotten gear to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, people give shit to people about gear all the time. I've been known to give people crap about Icon gear and the Icon vest. In fact, can you grab my Icon vest? It's right there by the garage door on the back left.
Oh, you have one?
Yeah,
I do.
Say, you have an icon.
Yeah.
Well, remember? Well, we
Yeah,
all
I have. Look on the bottom.
we all
It's
forget
brown. It's brown.
that
Nope,
he
by the
is-
door.
he-
It's brown. Nope. Yep. There it is.
He is a Gixxer.
Yeah, I mean,
a Gixxer owner.
it's right here, bro. It's my Icon.
He's
vest.
owned
yeah.
a few
Oh
Gixxers.
my god, this thing.
I was like,
Oh,
Icon vest, bro. You know what I'm saying?
He said it's brown. I was like, what?
That's just- I also own an Icon vest, and this is how I feel
my
about Icon
gosh.
vests. Yeah, it pretty
Wow.
much protects absolutely nothing. No, so Icon was a. Should I take this off? Do I look silly?
Probably.
Okay.
You look
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I thought
you need the wig. You need the wig.
You need the wig,
You're
yeah.
missing the wig.
don't you know that's our next thing? We're gonna give away the vest to our highest person on
Yeah,
the
that's true.
listenership. You know,
Our most valuable viewer.
viewer is gonna get this nice icon
Yeah,
vest.
so
Yeah.
Nick.
Nick's gonna get the icon vest. Hasn't been
gonna wear
tested to speed yet.
Yeah. So if you don't know Icon was big. The person that made him big is Jason Britton. You know who that is?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
He's like the Michael Jordan of stunting. He happens to be black as well. Yeah. Huge dude on, you know him?
No, I was just saying it makes sense.
Oh, yeah, makes sense. So you don't know Jason Britton. So, I mean, when I started riding, stunting was pretty popular. And the gear that stunt riders wore was Icon. because dude, it looks sick, dude. It looks amazing. You know, it's got really dope designs, a bunch of like padding and like shells and different, like there's like dragons and shit on it, right? So it looks cool, and they made it look cool. And I think the Icon vest works for stunting, right? Because when you fall on your back or your chest or whatever. Like I think it works for stunting. I don't think it works for actual riding though.
No shot.
No.
Maybe under a jacket,
Maybe.
right? But I mean, like just that and a t-shirt. Come on.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna shame him. I'm gonna be like, that ain't shit. Why even wear it at that point?
I mean, I'm one of those people that it doesn't matter to me. Like, as if you're making an attempt to wear gear, it's better than nothing. All right.
I don't think the Icon vest is an attempt to wear gear though. I think it's just an attempt to look cool.
But at the same time, like at least if we're gonna talk about the vests, like there are other brands that make vests, like whether it just be like an air vest, well the ones that deploy, but like pretty much if it doesn't deploy, it's doing nothing. So at the very least, it provides some protection no matter what, whether it fails or not. It's more unlikely for it to fail. So at least in my eyes, it's better than just a t-shirt. No, is it the best means? No. Get something. Get some real stuff.
Well, there's vests
For the same, yeah. You mentioned it earlier. For the price of $100, you could get a jacket.
Yeah,
that
or
has
you can get on Facebook Marketplace and get a jacket instead. How do you feel about the vest? I've never seen any of this group, except for maybe Storm. Like,
No, I would never wear
just a vest. Okay, so none of us wear.
He
vests.
just won't even. He just won't wear gear that day.
Full squad.
I've seen you pull up to
He'll wear the boots though. He'll wear the lime green
I
boots.
wear the boots, but like, I don't know. I just, dang, you guys put me in a sticky situation. Holy.
I'm pretty sure one of them hot days of Rustin.
Yeah, this was your topic, my guy.
No, yeah, I know.
You were wearing a pair of Vans.
True. Okay, no, okay.
Some
so
jeans.
I agree with Nate. It's wearing an Icon vest, like at least you're making an attempt to wear gear.
That's what I'm saying. I
But
don't think
does
that's
it
an
do-
attempt to
okay,
wear gear. I
but
think it's an
does it-
attempt to look cool.
Okay, will it do anything? Probably not. But it's somewhat of like an attempt to wear gear. It's kind of like the MBT pants. Like, is
That
it
is
the
an
top of
attempt
the-
to wear gear.
Yeah.
I would call that an attempt to
it's
wear
not
gear.
even an
It's Kevlar.
attempt. It is gear.
It's gear.
It's gear.
It's Kevlar.
It's gear.
Some of them,
Yeah,
it's not all of them.
slide
Some of them are
protection.
Yeah.
Because we
Slide
had mentioned
protection,
it
bro,
in
come on.
the other
Impact.
one of the other podcasts. We're like, would you be cool if your mom wore it? Be like, yeah, it works. It's just not the best, but it works.
I wouldn't be cool if my son was riding motorcycles and was wearing an Icon vest.
Marvin,
I wouldn't be cool.
Marvin, you ever touch dirt in just a Icon vest?
You know what? On dirt, the only protection I really have is waist down.
Oh, okay.
I don't have any protection up top
Hey,
except
so-
my helmet.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Bits and bits, bro. That's all I'm. Bits and bits.
It's
Yeah.
perfect for
I've
Marvin.
taken a tree to the chest. I've taken branches. I've gone over my handlebars, but every time I've walked away.
A tree to the chest
Yeah,
sounds like Logan.
I mean, most injuries are waist and down for dirt biking. I feel like so.
Do you wear a cup?
I don't.
Pretty valuable content, my guy. If that's like if it's waist down, maybe you should
Yeah.
wear a cup.
Yeah. I pretty much squid it while I'm riding. No, I have the boots. I got
knee
braces.
Yeah,
but that's
I learned
about
from
it.
you. I do the exact same
Yeah,
thing.
I have
I'm in a
padding for the
t-shirt,
side,
jeans,
you know,
and boots.
Oh, okay.
And gloves, I
Yeah.
guess. But the gloves don't mean anything
up
out
here,
there.
It's like you could wear like a roost protector. Oh yeah, roost protector is essentially an Icon vest, but that's just for rocks getting kicked at you, say in motocross.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
or if you go over your handlebars, you land on your back, you have back protection.
would you say you don't do it for comfort?
Yeah. So some dirt biking gear is pretty restrictive, and when you're off-roading, you need a lot of movement. So if I don't know, it's like it goes kind of hand in hand, having the mobility to be able to avoid danger versus wearing so much to the point where you can't move. Now you're just kind of putting yourself in
So
that
it's kind of like you having the gear to protect you or having the mobility to avoid it.
Yeah. And in dirt, you don't really have to worry so much about slide protection. It's
Yeah, true.
impact and hyperextension.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 110% more worried hitting a tree than I am sliding across the ground, because you hit a tree, that's it's not moving. Like the tree is
The tree
not
always
moving.
wins.
The tree always
learned that.
wins. Yeah.
Yeah, more than I can count on these fingers. So
What's our
the tree
rush?
always wins.
Yeah.
So there's not much gear shaming in the dirt world.
Yeah, as long as you got your helmet, gloves, boots is a big one. Is like hiking boots versus actual riding boots, because you have shin protection there. Should wear knee pads.
Yeah.
But
So my
other than
first
that,
time riding with you, I wore my track boots.
Yeah, and I was kind of shaming him on that, but I was like, well, it's better than nothing.
Yeah. Because I didn't have
Yeah.
dirt boots.
Yeah, because if you stub your foot on a tree stump going 20 miles an hour and you just had hiking boots.
Yeah. Well, those boots were made to crash at 100 plus.
Yeah, so it's better
I figured
than
it'd be
nothing.
good enough for,
Yeah,
riding around in some bushes.
yeah.
Right around some-
What do you rock in
So,
dirt?
In dirt, I'm my boots, gloves, helmet, and that's
About it.
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
boots and helmet is really important.
Yeah, boots and helmet. I think the boots are important because that comes up your leg,
Yeah.
protects your ankles. Your ankles are very important,
Mhm.
and just so those boots also give you more flex than like the street boots that we ride.
Yeah.
They bend a lot more, so you get that mobility out of it, which I think is important. Plus, they're easy to clean. So when you
Oh, you clean yours?
yeah, well,
Yeah, Marvin doesn't clean his bikes.
he doesn't
Yeah.
clean
His
anything.
boots,
Yeah,
I
nothing.
probably clean my boots twice.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
when I
my
say
first
clean
time
them-
using my boots, I looked at them. They had a ton of like dirt and
Yeah.
was that clay on them. And I was like, I want to clean these, but I know the next time I use them, they're just gonna get dirty again anyway.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. Okay. So there's no point in cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, my thing with icon vests is out of all the people that have gone down, like TikTok creators, and I've just seen videos, all of them all the time have road rash covered all in their arms. Icon vest does not do shit there.
No, dude,
It's
no
some
way.
protection, but I mean, for street riding, it's stupid. In my
Like, what is the
opinion.
mentality? So when I used to rock icon vests only. Yeah.
Maybe-
And my
actually-
mentality was it looks cool.
You know what I think it might be? I think that it's like a mixture of both worlds. So I think people are thinking like, oh, like a lot of stunters use dirt bikes, and they're used to like at least, oh, I only need lower gear.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where it kind of came from. Maybe that's where you got your you know what? I'm just gonna wear the icon vest.
I just thought it looked cool, man. that's like
Yeah.
Jason Britton was rocking it.
Hey, at least
you
you're
know,
willing to admit it.
You know, and he was doing wheelies. That's how I crashed. I was doing a wheelie, and it just, and I was, surprisingly enough, I wasn't wearing the vest when I crashed. Because I was like, oh, it's fine. Yeah. So, no, I don't think. But there's also the other side. There's also people who shame other people for wearing too much gear. Like, oh, you're just, like, I get that all the time in videos of like, oh, how to put on, like my video that I made, how to put on a suit and how to take it off, etc. Oh, you're just gonna wear that suit down the street to the coffee shop, and it's like, so what, dude?
Yeah, this is true.
Right? Full suit to Rustin.
There is no such thing as too much gear.
There never is. I will say, coming from work before I got
Oh,
hit,
yeah.
I was literally, it was a 5-minute drive from my house to work. If I had gear, maybe I'd still probably feel the top part of my finger and would have never had to deal with any of it.
Yeah.
What do you mean top of your finger? You weren't wearing gloves?
No.
You weren't wearing
Oh my god, dude!
I thought you guys knew this.
I only had a
No,
helmet on.
I didn't know.
I only had a helmet on. I didn't
Only-
have any
Kinda
boots
like,
He was
or
coming
any
this
from
is not
gloves.
India, my guy.
It was 11:43.
Were you
What
in
is
there?
what is the time?
Yes.
It was 11:43 in India.
His hands were going to be cold even if he didn't, like
What?
shorts, flip flops
Yeah.
too.
That's
Nope.
like minimum, dude.
It was minimum.
I thought you knew
nothing.
that. I mean,
No,
I knew it.
you knew?
Yeah, I
You
knew
knew
it.
it.
Feels
yeah.
weird to ride
Because
without
in,
gloves.
wearing
in his
gloves.
pictures, he had a bloody hand.
Oh,
That only happens when your hands are exposed. Like, we all know our motorcycle gloves. Doesn't matter what brand you get as long as
Dude,
you're not
that
in
is
dirt
like-
bike
Bro,
gloves.
the first thing
101,
that touches the
bro.
ground is your hands. Usually, when
yeah.
you-
Instinctively,
like,
you just
bro.
I wear gloves when I ride my one wheel, my guy.
Yeah.
Lesson learned. Lesson learned.
It shouldn't have been a lesson. Wearing your gloves, dude. And you're commuting?
Yeah.
Gloves don't even take up a lot of space, bro. Like, I could see, like, okay, a jacket. I'm just wearing a hoodie, but gloves don't even take up a lot of space. They fit in your back pocket, or, you
Or
just
at
throw
the
them
very
on
least,
the bike.
in your actual helmet. Like I know most
Yeah,
people
yeah,
you
yeah,
shouldn't do it, but
exactly,
at
sure.
least it in the
in the helmet on your bike. Like what? Even like
He's
cooks
young.
at your work wear gloves, my guy.
He's young, guys. He's young. He's young. It's okay. He doesn't get a pass, but he gets shamed for it.
Yeah, you're getting shamed right now, bro. Wow.
But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're not my son.
Disown the sun.
Oh my god, man. But I mean, it is what it is. I think
wrong?
I think everybody's gonna talk shit about something, whether it's freaking gear or freaking bikes, man.
Yeah.
Somebody's always got an opinion, bro.
They do.
And I think the Yamaha R9 is hated on for no real reason, in my opinion.
It's so funny to me because everyone wants to hate on something that they've never tried or never intend on trying. It's like people that like with the Panigale V2, they're like, oh, it's a stupid bike. It's not 955 cc.
Why are you looking at me?
Oh yeah.
Why are you looking at me, guy?
But people will be like, oh yeah, like it's pointless. A lot of people are just like, man, like why would you spend the money, just get a liter bike? And it's like, no, there's reasons for everything. Like same with the 4RR. Like we've gotten to ride it and we're like, all right, yes, it makes no sense, but when you ride it, you're like, damn, this is actually kind of fun. And if and a lot of the bikes have potential to do other things than just go fast.
Let me respond to the V2 real quick, okay? I come from 1,000 cc's, and when the Panigale first came out, they had the 899, which they bored out to the 959, which became the V2. In my humble opinion, yes, why get the Panigale V2 when you can just get the 1199 or the 1299 for not much more, or maybe sometimes even less than you would pay for the V2. But yeah, it wasn't until I rode it. Then I was like, oh, I get it. It's its own thing.
Yeah.
It is literally its own thing. I used to compare it to the Gixxer 750, which is not.
Yeah.
Not at all.
And that's what a lot of people do. They bring in that comparison mindset. But it's like, at least at first, like when we get like the news of these bikes coming out, it's like, why don't you just go into it with an open mind?
Oh, dude, Nick was hating on that bike.
Oh yeah.
Hard.
Yeah. Until he rode it, and then he was like,
I get it.
Yeah. And it's like that's the same amount of hate we're seeing right now for the R9. And it's like, I bet you there's gonna be a lot of people who are like, screw this bike, man, it's a waste of time. And they get out and they're like, I kinda want one.
Okay, let me ask you something. The R7, you think that hate is called for? Or uncalled for?
I think it's uncalled for, but that's only because people keep comparing it to a bike that has 60 more horsepower than it does.
Oh, okay. So if you look at you're saying
you
if
were
you look
looking
at
at
it as is, just
as is,
its own bike,
Yep.
without comparing, you're saying you might like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
What do you think, Alex?
But when you look at it through the lens of like, oh, this came after the R6 died,
Yeah.
you're like, what?
What do you think of R7? You just rode it.
I just wrote it. I think it was fun. I think so. It would be an interesting to have done it before the flash and tune and all that. It'd be, I'm sure that'd been different because
You would
I'm
have been
not
disappointed.
comparing it.
You would have been so disappointed.
I'm sure I would have because it was definitely fun. But it was funny because I've been on bigger V4s. So I'm sitting there like, oh, I have to use all the gears. I forgot all about that. You know, I'm sitting here hitting there cruising, and I'm like, I'm in fifth. I forgot my bike even has fifth half the time, you know. And so, but it's fun, you know. It's a good little hill bike. I would say it's a starter bike, but it's probably bigger than a starter bike should be. But
Sure.
But you know, I think it was a good spot there where the R9 will be a little bit faster, better. So.
What about you, Suresh? You rode it. I know you had some
I rode
opinions.
it before the flash and tune. I didn't get to ride it after the flash and tune.
Okay.
But I mean, before the flash and tune, the R7 kind of was like a disappointment, as multiple people said. It was.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It felt like my 300, and I feel like people are looking at that and judging that bike when it's stock compared, like how Yamaha did it, how they think they're gonna do the same thing again with the R9, and that's gonna, like, people are bringing up from the past the R7, comparing it with an R9. Like Nate said, two complete different bikes. Once you ride it, then you can have like an actual opinion.
Because I bet you, if we all think about it, there's at least one bike where we think where we've made a like we've already created a narrative in our head for it.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
At least one.
Absolutely.
But
Mine was definitely the R7. I created a narrative around it because of my experience with the FZ07.
yeah.
FZ07 was so it's so bad for me that when I got on your bike, all I could think about was like it didn't have power. But it reminded me a lot of the R6, which was nice. Just didn't have the power. But when we flashed it, I was like, oh, okay, I could see why people like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that bike for you?
What, the R7?
No, what was the bike that you thought
That you
had
created
the
that
bias?
narrative in your head
Yeah.
before you ever
Oh,
touched it.
Yeah.
And then you got to ride it and you were like, you know what? I take it back.
Shoot, none.
Really?
None?
Well, maybe
You don't
just,
judge any bikes.
No.
Nah, there's no way.
The
There's
ZX4,
no
dog. What
way.
about the ZX4?
The double R?
Yeah.
Did you before you
No, I knew
before
that.
you read
No,
it before
no,
you wrote
okay.
it? Were you were like,
No,
I'm
I
gonna
knew-
love this?
No, I knew it was gonna be fun.
Oh, okay.
Really?
I knew it was gonna be fun.
Yeah. I didn't judge the ZX4. The only thing I judged it for was the price.
Yeah, the price, like,
didn't like it.
judging on prices, that's fine.
Sure.
But judging the performance of the bike, that's when it makes no sense.
It just doesn't make the R9 doesn't make sense to judge the power because it has like 20 pound-feet more torque than any other 600cc.
yeah,
And if you know anything about torque,
that's what you feel.
That's what-
that's the feel.
that's what
of
you
the
want
bike.
coming out of the corner, bro. You don't want to be downshifting to get into the power band.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to be in the power band,
Yeah,
right? That's why diesel trucks get off the line so quick because they have so much torque, right?
and that's why I don't
may
have
not
to
be a
use my
straight line
brakes at
motor.
all.
Yeah,
Because I
You got
know
a lot of
that
torque.
like the second I go to twist the throttle, I've already
it's
got
there.
torque.
Yeah. What about you, Marvin? How come you've never ridden? Have you ever owned like a super sport?
No.
Your first bike was a WR, right? 250.
Yeah, that was my first dirt bike.
Yeah.
But
What was your first bike ever?
That was it.
Oh, that was the
Yeah.
one. Oh, that's what got
Yeah.
you into. When
I
was
didn't
this?
grow up with that many people riding motorcycles around me, and then
You grew up here.
yeah, well, none of my friends rode.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So growing up,
we're all the black sheep. We've all like
Yeah.
become a friend group, you know. like we are the black sheeps of our friend group. So Marvin was just saying how it's pretty common that you don't know anyone that rides.
I don't know anybody that smokes meat.
oh, really?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, just you.
he's in his own circle.
Yeah,
he
I'm
does a great
sold. Hey,
job.
bro, I'm sold. I want to get a smoker.
I mean, I mean, you are the magician on the smoker.
You are, yeah. But go back to your first experience on motorcycles.
Well,
What was
before
like?
that, I was doing a lot of mountain biking, and so that was kind of the gateway into it. And I was like, it would make this way funner.
Not have to pedal.
Yeah, this had a motor. Oh, and then so before I got a motorcycle, I actually didn't know how to ride
At all.
or drive stick.
Did you
I
go
still
to
don't.
horse?
You still don't know how to drive stick?
I still don't know how to drive manual.
That's a video.
I know. So I get
Oh.
the concept. Yeah, it's just different controls.
Yeah.
So I sat there for like 3 weeks, literally watching YouTube videos of how to work a motorcycle. And then I said, screw this, I'm gonna go buy a dirt bike. So I went up. I went up to Arlington and bought this WR from this kid, and he goes, "You want to test ride it?" And I was like, "Oh crap." I've never been on a motorcycle. And so I'm sitting there, dude. I went in first gear. I clicked it in first, and I slowly let out the clutch, started moving. I got to the end of the stop sign, and I turned around in first, came back, just smiling. I'm like, I'll buy it. And that was kind of the start of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you off-road that, or was it more street?
Off-road.
So you went
Yeah.
directly to
Yeah.
off-road.
Yep. So literally 2 days after that, I called in sick, and then I went camping with my buddy, and I was like, I'm gonna figure this out.
Nice.
And then I just rode it around all weekend.
Cool. How
You
long?
know, clicking
How
it
long did
into
that
gears.
last? The 250. I know the 250 is something you can outgrow pretty quickly. So how long did that last?
It was plenty of power for off-road, but I think I had that for about a year, and then a good deal came up on a Husqvarna TE 150.
Oh, that's what started your
And
Husqvarna.
Yeah, and then I sold
Love.
the WR, bought the 150. It's a two-stroke. Still,
I remember that.
Yeah,
that
plenty
bike
of
was
power.
dope, man.
Yeah,
It's so light and it's got a ton of torque. Probably because it's a two-stroke.
yeah. So it's half the cycle. So essentially, it's like a 300 four-stroke. So
Oh, really?
yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what started the whole Husqvarna thing.
Nice. Then you upgraded to the TE 300.
Then I sold the 150, upgraded to the 300. Then
When
I
did you
bought-
get the 701?
2 years ago.
Did you? Okay, so was it 150 then 300 or 150 701 then 300?
Yeah, 150, 701, then 300.
What made you get the 701? Because the
I wanted
701's a
to
street
ride-
bike.
Yeah, I wanted to ride street. So then I got my permit and then endorsement with that bike. Yeah.
Okay, so you just started riding on the streets.
I did, yeah.
Not that long ago. Wow. No
Yeah.
wonder you don't want to ride 600s because you don't really have experience on them.
Yeah,
Or
I don't have
super sports.
that position. It just feels weird to me. So
We gotta
I'm-
get you on a super sport, bro. We'll start off with the R7,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
right? And then
It's
move your
liberating.
way up.
I'll tell you that
It
much.
is.
Yeah.
You're just like, wow, this is a whole different world. Just like whenever I get on a hypermotard or anything sitting upright, I'm like, this is dope.
Yeah,
It's
so
like
I'm
my
used
back
to
don't
that riding
hurt.
position, where you're upright. But when I sat on your bike at Rustin, I was like, you guys like this?
Yeah.
But I get it. You're, at speed, it doesn't feel like anything.
We also
'Cause
look
it
way
felt
cooler than you. But yeah, man. I mean, we gotta
Yeah.
get you on, bro. That should be fun. But so
Yeah.
you got the 300. When did you get your big ADV or whatever touring bike that is?
Norden 901, I got that last year around April.
Okay, and then you immediately took it to Mexico.
No. I took it to Mexico this April.
Okay.
So I've had
Okay.
it about a year and a half.
Oh, okay. What's
Yeah.
the first big trip you took on it?
The Washington BDR.
Jesus.
The backcountry disc.
How many miles is that? Explain to these people what. First of all, what is BDR?
Yeah,
stand for?
what is that for dummies?
let's
Because
go.
I need to be enlightened.
Yeah,
Yes.
so BDR is a backcountry discovery route. You have it in like Washington, Oregon, California, Northern California, Southern California, Utah, Colorado. It's all over the place, even the East Coast. And it's just this like mostly off-road. It's mostly off-road that crosses north to south of the state.
Oh,
so you can interconnect from like Washington into Oregon, continue into California, all the way from Canada to Mexico.
Is that the road that you
Yeah.
and McGregor rode?
No.
Your hero?
No, he rode mostly highway.
Oh. Long way up, right? Or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I love how he didn't say, oh, no, I just don't know what road it is. He knew the road.
He did.
He knew the road.
No.
Yeah, they have
That's
a
cool.
support system and everything.
Nice. So,
Yeah.
so you do the BDR, and and then you went to Mexico.
Yeah, so then I did I rode down to Baja
Okay.
and just kind of messed around there for like almost 2.5 weeks and then rode all the way back. And then I did the Oregon BDR, but with a different bike. So I also have a 501.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So that's kind of like a lightweight dual sport. It's only 500 cc's, but in off-road, wide open desert stuff, it's super good.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you have a little bit of everything, but you've never really been on a super sport.
No.
Would you like to?
Yeah, try it. Yeah.
That doesn't sound very convincing at all. Yeah, try it. What's your deal with that? Why not?
No, it's weird for me to ride other people's bikes.
No, but I mean,
that's
why aren't you into them?
Oh,
Or even like, say we're excluding sport bikes, but what about also like Harleys and cruisers, cafe racers? Like, you're exclusively a dirt and rock rider.
no, I
what it
try
seems
it. I just gravitate towards
Okay.
off-road.
So like every time
Yeah.
you're just like, but this would be better on dirt.
yeah. Because I mean, you see so much stuff on dirt. Like you go up top of a mountain.
This is
and-
true.
Yeah.
But you
You-
see
you
a
were-
lot.
you were
We've seen a
showing
lot
me-
of stuff though.
Yeah, but like he
The
was
work
showing,
is different.
he was showing
It's
me.
so satisfying.
Yeah,
too.
it looked extremely satisfying after he like had to struggle up this area, and I'm
Oh,
like,
I showed him where. Yeah.
I'd be so happy after like kind of like fighting my way up there and just be like, damn,
running
like-
into some random person out in Untainum, coming from Sumner.
yeah, and
With
then
a
you're
brand new
just-
Norden, and then this guy the side of the dirt road, and I'm like, "You need help?" And then I escorted him out of the place.
That's so cool.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, and it seems like a hell of an experience. Would you ever want to shepherd your way on a dirt?
What the hell? I was actually about to bring it. I don't know if you guys seen the video on Instagram of this guy riding a dirt trail, and he went off the trail just for like a split second, came back on, and there was a branch going through his foot.
Oh, I've seen that
fudge.
one.
You seen that one?
Yeah, it goes
Yeah.
right through.
It's like
Oh my
right through his
God.
foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I seen that, I was like, I will never, ever ride dirt.
So we actually
That's
have
what
someone
good boots are for.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do
I
have
think
somebody
we do
that
have
likes to off
someone
road.
that really loves to off road right here.
Oh,
Harvesh.
I saw that video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
twice.
an expert.
Would you ever
Twice.
ride an ADV?
Not really. No. I just.
You're not
I
into
just-
We can get you
I
an
just
ADV
don't-
bike
I
that can
just
go on the
don't-
track.
I mean, I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah.
So I mean, but just from looking at it, I prefer
yourself.
street riding. It's
Yeah.
just not my
Yeah. There's not a lot of dirt roads in India, is there?
It's
think
all
it's
dirt
all
roads. What are you talking about? It's all dirt roads. That's all there
I'm
is.
kidding. I'm kidding. But you don't see a lot of people in India riding ADVs
dude.
or no?
I can
Nah,
see you on a
just
Himalayan
mopeds.
450.
Yeah. See?
Little Royal Enfield.
So everyone's just like, my bike goes everywhere.
yeah.
That's funny. You're not
Well, of
into like
course you have.
dirt riding at
Nah.
all?
Not really.
At all. Not even dirt bikes.
I haven't driven a dirt bike.
Me neither.
I've been wanting to.
Well,
So,
I have.
mean-
I didn't before, but then I got into it because of him.
Oh.
Yeah. He took me on my first dirt adventure. I took the electric bikes, and then I eventually got a dirt bike, but it was the wrong dirt bike. I didn't know that at the time. Whatever. Got rid of it. Now we're getting a Stark Varg, which is like an electric dirt bike.
Yeah, because you were sick of having to try to kickstart that thing.
Be on a hill, and it
Oh
looks
my
like you gotta
God.
kickstart it. Hold on. I'm not even tall. I can't even touch the ground, right? Not correctly.
Yeah.
Let's hear from a guy who had to kickstart it, who can actually touch the ground. Alex.
Yes.
How did you
watched it.
enjoy kickstarting a motorcycle?
Yes, it's interesting to say the least. E-start sounds amazing from the fact that I've kickstarted that bike thousands of times. It feels like now. Might be
I've
trying
been
to
there.
find
I've
something
watched
that I
it.
don't have to kick. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. See, it's not just a short people problem.
Yeah.
It's just a problem in general.
Just
The
have
problem
me
in general.
out there having to kickstart it.
Just have meteor legs. I mean, Marvin's got tree trunks on him.
No, sir.
Yeah.
No.
So many people comment
Yeah.
about this dude's.
Yeah. The redwoods.
The redwoods. People are like, "How much do you squat?" What do you? And Nate's like, "What do you mean squat? I push the earth down."
But since he has an e-start. Yeah. mhm.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
The magic
So-
button is kind of nice.
Yeah, exactly. He's not going to even deny the fact that it's
So,
nice to have.
so for someone that would actually like want to like get into the dirt world, would you recommend that they start with a kickstart, or if they can get a model that actually has the button start, would you say that's a better way to like get into it? Because I know it's a little more expensive, but it makes a better experience.
Yes, I think just go straight for the button because you're learning. You don't want to tire yourself out just trying to kick. Now, if you can kick it on the first start, yeah, more power to you. But if you can't, then you're just gonna exhaust yourself, and then you're gonna be like, oh, this is terrible. I don't want to do this.
Okay, maybe
Or-
that was the issue with you. You don't necessarily
1,000%.
Yeah. So with that start,
Dude,
you're gonna have so much more
Okay.
fun.
Okay, let me explain what dirt biking is like, Nate, so you understand. It's like being stuck on I-5 rush hour without putting your feet down, and you're still kind of going, but also not kind of going. So it's like your clutch hand is getting tired, right? And then on top of it, you're standing up. You're not sitting down, bro. He doesn't let you sit down. And I've seen people like I've gone on stand up. Yeah, yeah. One of our friends, she went with us. She was sitting down, and I was like, "Key, Marvin said you gotta stand up." And then she was like, "Fuck that." And I'm like, "God damn it, you don't follow the rules. That's why you suck." But she did better than me in any regard. Yes, it's like that. It's slow, especially as a new rider. It's slow, so it can be frustrating. That leads me to the question: like 2-stroke versus 4-stroke as a new rider, as a new dirt rider.
Oh,
We have opinions. Me and Alex have opinions on that.
oh,
What do you think?
are we talking about trails?
We're talking
Or
just somebody
motocross.
new. We're still talking about somebody new.
Say-
So
They want
we
to
need
get
an
into
e-start.
because
Yeah.
that's probably more like where they're
Yeah.
So we want an e-start, not a kickstart. Now is it 2-stroke versus 4-stroke as a new rider?
I say 2-stroke, get a small displacement like a 125 or 150, and only because it's so much more flickable. It's
But it's
lighter.
got so much torque for a new dirt rider.
But also think about it this way as well: is a lot of people think like, oh, that's a low number.
right.
And it's like, no.
No,
Going
that-
30 mile an hour in the trees. Like I used to do it on dirt bikes, and like when you're not moving that fast until you hit like a downhill, but everything is whooshing by you.
It is.
Yeah, when the nearest tree is like literally handlebar
Handlebar
width
apart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels fast.
Yeah.
So instead of you splitting lanes, you're splitting trees.
and it's closer.
So
At least the trees can't
But the trees can't run into you, so you just run into them.
Yeah. So
What do you think,
sometimes
2-stroke
straight
or
into
4-stroke? What would you like now that
We
you've
still
ridden?
never even heard his.
Would you
his
rather have a
true
2-stroke?
answer,
Or,
though.
no, he's a 2-stroke.
Yeah.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you rather have 2-stroke or 4-stroke as a new rider?
I think I like the linear power of a 4-stroke.
I agree.
And so, but that's just me coming straight from the street. So if I was doing dirt to just start, I think I might enjoy the 2-stroke life. Or if you're like we're always in tighter trails out, like if I was just out in a big old field or I was running out like there, I think the 2-stroke could be a ton of fun because you just have all that torque on demand.
I just hate that on and off switch in the tight sections.
Yeah. My
For-
clutch
with a
hand and
2-stroke?
everything just gets everything gets so tired to meet like so quickly with
It's
So-
crazy. It's a different type of experience and different type of workout for sure. Dirt riding, and I commend you for what you do for sure. But I got to get you on the track. If you don't want to ride in the street, super sports in the street, I get it, but you got to come to the track and ride.
I mean,
with us.
we saw Husqvarna 701
Yeah. I saw
with
it, yeah.
clip-ons.
with clip-ons.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So.
You down next year?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm gonna get
With the
some
Husky
gear. Yeah.
out there? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That's great, man. Well,
I mean, that was like when we went to PIR and then that one time with the Ridge. I think it's probably like the only 2 other times I've been to the track. And then just seeing that, I was like, man, this looks hella fun.
it is.
I want to do that.
Yeah. And when you're out there, you realize how much room you have to play.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like going from a single track to a
Like a logging road?
Logging road.
Yeah.
That's what street riding is like to track riding. Street riding is like single track, like it's more, it's tighter.
Yeah.
There's
You're
less
restricted to
yeah.
this.
But at the track, it's like, oh, it's nice and open.
Yeah.
You can really, really get on it and play.
It's like I'm not gonna hit a tree all of a sudden
Or a car.
or a car.
So now I have the question. So we said dirt bikes. If you were to say an adventure bike, so your suggestion on an adventure bike, so would that be a bigger one, smaller one, different,
Medium size?
medium size, a bunch of bags? Like, so if you're to say someone wants to go on a 2-day adventure or 3-day adventure somewhere, your suggestion on that or your thoughts on that?
Well, you can have like a smaller, the class would be like dual sport would be a lighter bike, and then adventure bike would be a heavier, higher
Give us an example
displacement.
of that in BMW. So like
In
GS
BMW?
800, GS 1300. So that way he can understand. He only speaks German now. I don't know if you guys.
So it's a Beamer.
So for the Beamer. So like a GS like 1300 would be an adventure bike,
Correct.
Okay.
which I think is just a sport touring bike. But they'll tell you otherwise. And then you have the FS 900.
Oh, okay. That's more dual sport, or that's more ADV.
No, it's still more towards ADV, and I don't know what other bikes they have that's
They have
lighter
the
than
GS
that.
800.
The GS 800. Okay, so that's what, like 300 pounds.
Don't know what the weight is on it.
He
But
doesn't know his
So
Beamer.
you go by weight.
I don't know.
Yeah,
my-
it's
Oh, so
yeah.
weight is the
I can
classification
speak
is determined by.
Husqvarna.
Nobody speaks Swedish. Okay.
So, but then if you have extra weight, can you go for like a bigger tire? Can you like overcome that extra weight by a nice wide tire?
No,
or
it's just maneuvering this
maneuverability.
bigger.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
so
I
it
didn't know
is
if it was
bigger.
like a sinking ability, like because you sink into the dirt more.
No,
Yeah,
it's
a
just
weight.
maneuvering 650 pounds versus 200 pounds.
So
Yeah.
then with your bags though, so say you have a 600-pound
Yeah.
bike or a 400-pound bike, but you throw all the bags on it, then you end up with whatever your weight is.
700
So
versus
700,
500.
So then
200 pounds is a lot.
you were saying that when you try to hit that off the ground up in the dirt, like you're trying to, it's a lot of weight to try to
yeah,
lift.
if you lay
that.
it down, which people do, and you will.
You will.
I hear that a lot from people that you ask. Like, so we went on the ADV, like the Honda ADV adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the Africa Twin.
Yeah, the African Twin. And I was talking to some of the guys, and they were like, "Oh," I was like, "What do you think of the Harley? What is it called?
Pan America.
Pan America."
Mm.
They're like, "It's nice. It's just heavy."
Yeah.
And then when I talk to you about some bikes, I'm like, "What about the Africa Twin?" I think you said it was heavy too.
Yeah, it's good, but when
heavy.
it goes down, it's
It's
heavy.
heavy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's going to exhaust you. And
Interesting.
over the
So-
course of, I don't know, you're off-roading for 2 weeks.
Ah,
How
so
many
weight
times
matters
is it
off road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it's like
Makes
every
sense.
maneuver you do 1,000 times over this course of 2 weeks, 10,000 times. You know.
Because you can always take bags off, take stuff out of bags, but you can't make an
Lighter.
ADV bike lighter than it
Yeah.
already comes.
That's true.
From the factory, aside from changing like components.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because your Norton's
doesn't help.
heavy, bro. It's humongous.
It is.
But you take that
it's-
off road too.
I do. But yeah, it is a lot more tiring to
I thought
take
you
it
were
off
gonna say,
road.
but my legs,
My legs, my tree trunks.
they're huge.
Yeah, no, it's exhausting to ride it in like technical stuff. Much more than say my 500 or the 300. Like I would never take it through really tight stuff that the 300 goes on.
Okay.
So you know, each bike has its own purpose.
So for us that are experienced street riders, would you recommend to go your route of starting with like a 250, then the 150, then the 300, or is there something that we should start on that we might be happy with? Like, would it be a 300, a 500? What would be a good starting weight for us to look for as experienced street riders? Or do you think, nah, you guys don't know shit about dirt?
That one. Yeah. Yeah. So like,
No credit at all.
yeah, because a lot of skills from street does not transition into dirt, but the other way around it does.
Because that's
Yeah.
what
And then-
Shaheen was telling us.
Yeah.
Like they do a lot
Anytime-
of dirt track stuff, and then you end up being able to apply that to the road.
It's a completely different mechanic.
Because when your bike starts to slide, and when you're
That's
on
true,
dirt,
yeah.
and there's no way for you to get out of dirt. You have to
Yeah.
figure out how to manage it.
Even like
That's
initiating a turn in dirt is different than street. You know, you got counter steering, but on dirt you push down in the direction
Okay. Here's
you want to
another
lean the
one
bike towards
that
while you're
people are
standing.
probably gonna. Some of you guys might cry about. You told me to apply more rear brake when I'm out in the dirt.
Just kind of dragging it. Yeah.
Kind of dragging it.
Yeah.
Not too much front brake.
For emergencies, yeah. Me personally, I think it's a personal thing.
A lot of people told me, like, when I said that in one of the videos, they're like, I use front brake all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm going to start using front brake too. And then that's when I grabbed it, and then it started sliding on me. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, maybe I shouldn't grab it that hard.
Yeah.
I think that was something that was weird because before I was on sport bikes, I was on the Saharan, and I was out in the dirt a bunch on the Saharan, and I was always using rear brake. Like I went through more rear brake pads than front brake pads by
Same.
nobody's business, like constantly.
it's kind of like
So it was a weird thing to flop in my high mind when I got on the street. I was doing it wrong all the time.
You were
Like,
doing more rear.
I was not always using the rear, but I was using the rear quite a bit because that's what I came from. That's what I thought, you know.
When you went to Superbike school, did they even tell you to touch the rear brake?
If you wanted to in the very end, but
Yeah.
but I've kind of broke the habit. It took a lot of work to do, but
Yeah.
I broke the habit on the street to do that. But
Yeah.
they say if you need to apply rear brakes, you could, but basically you don't use it.
So
Yeah.
basically, for dirt bikes, it's just reversed. You use your rear brake.
That's
more than
what
your brake.
Marvin told me. But then, like, you take the internet, there's gonna be people that are like, I use front brake all the time, like more than the rear, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know then.
I think it kind of still translates from when you're like learning how to ride a bicycle. Like you use your rear brake more than your front brake, because if you use your front brake too much,
Yeah.
you're just gonna go ass over tea kettle over
Yep.
those handlebars.
It's true.
which is
The-
never comfortable.
I had to learn that from riding BMX.
Yeah.
My right brake on the BMX is the rear brake.
Yeah,
And when I got on the motorcycle, the right brake is the front brake.
yeah.
So you're diving all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Versus like doing my skids.
Yeah.
I figured,
No,
I was like, I'd rather skid the bike than I would try to go over the bike.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I'll
100%.
skid the bike and keep, I can
Oh,
get
yeah.
that to kind of
But
slide
it-
forward.
in the street, applying pressure on the front actually gives you more grip
It
in the
does,
front
yeah.
tire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
It's a
interesting.
weird one. Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
so
I didn't-
weird. Dirt
okay,
and
that's-
yes, yeah, it's kind of obvious they're different, but there's so many different
Oh, yeah.
aspects to dirt riding than street riding that I thought you would be like, street. Yeah, you could start on a bigger bike, but no, you're saying no, start like you're new.
Yeah.
So before we kick off the second half of Brood Talk, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Kemimoto. Okay, before we continue with today's Brood Talk, I wanted to thank the sponsor of today's video, Kemimoto. I'm wearing one of their heated vests, and as you can see, it looks pretty damn good. This heated vest is powered by a charging brick. This one is 10,000 milliamps. You plug it in using the cord. There's a pocket inside with a zipper. And to turn it on, you just press and hold this button. So, red is high, blue is medium, and green is low. Kamimoto has a variety of different colors and styles of their heated vests. As you can see here, Nate has a black one in a similar style, and this is the one I like to wear under my hoodies and under my motorcycle riding jackets. Now if you use code ADOBOMOTO on anything motorcycle related, just like these heated vests, you will get an extra discount even if it's on sale. Kamimoto, as always, thank you for sponsoring ADOBOMOTO. I would not be able to do what I do if it wasn't for your support. Go check them out, link is down below. Back to the brew talk. Kamimoto, I appreciate you always supporting ADOBOMOTO. There is a link down below to our special page with my face on it.
It's all over.
It really is.
It's quite literally all over. Like when you said that, I went and checked. It was like, oh.
It literally is. Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Yeah. What's funny is they run sales on that page, and then even if you insert ADOBOMOTO, you get an extra discount.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it'll be like 18% off. Put in ADOBOMOTO, the code. You'll get another however % off.
It's for all the Filipinos out there.
Discount.
They're like, can I get more?
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna get into some of my experience in the motorcycle club world. I didn't know Marvin was in a motorcycle club. Is it an MC, like an actual MC?
Mm-hmm. There's 75 members in it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Cascade Family Motorcycle Club. It's down in McCleary.
Oh.
By Olympia. Yeah.
What do you guys ride?
Yeah. It's a dirt bike club, and
cool.
so we lease out the property out there. It's about 4,000 acres of just riding.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
That sounds really fun.
You can camp there if you want.
That kind of sounds way better than being in a normal MC. At least I
Yeah.
can camp and
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get to be on a property.
Yeah.
Yep.
And do hooligan
There's
stuff.
a close gate, and so no one really enters there. Sometimes you'll just ride there by yourself.
Wow.
And then if people come in, you mess them up real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have the locals that like will walk in and they'll go hiking, and you run into them. They're super nice.
Do you run
You
into
don't kick them out?
actually?
You do. Yeah.
Like, actually into them, run to them.
No.
Only if they're making them mad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only if they're pissing them off.
So, and you're also patched into this club, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So you guys don't
It's
have like colors or anything like that?
No.
It's just something you join. You pay member fees?
Yeah, you pay member fees, and pretty much do some trail work every now and then. Like now is kind of peak season for it because a lot of trees are coming down. So
That sounds like a cool club to be a
yeah,
member.
yeah,
Yeah. That's fun. So you guys have like a president.
we do. Yes.
Oh, what?
President, secretary, treasurer. Shlomi, if you're watching this, shout out.
Awesome, bro. I want to start an e-bike club.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty rad. But how would we organize? What would you do to organize that?
Oh, well, I'd make member fees and that kind of stuff for charging.
But wow, for charging. Oh my gosh.
Storage, that.
Okay. Storage is useful.
It is. It is.
Can you
No.
pay your fees any other way than
Bitcoin.
cash? Okay. Bitcoin.
We take Bitcoin, altcoins, regular coins, like quarters, nickels, dimes. That
Someone's
kind
gonna
of
come
stuff.
with a duffel bag of coins.
Here it is.
Some
Pennies.
petty member,
All pennies.
petty ass member. Here's your $100 in pennies.
Well, you're a copper member. You're definitely not a diamond member.
Touche.
But what type of differences did you experience coming from like an actual MC, like the
Yeah.
the real deal versus like a more casual motorcycle
family
club
club.
that Marvin was in?
It was interesting. I actually started a club
Oh, nice.
with my friends. And this was when I first got into riding motorcycle. Like there wasn't a lot of people to ride with. There's not a lot of people that rode motorcycles. And then I kind of stumbled into this group of Asian dudes who rode sport bikes. And it's funny because you think of an MC and you think like brothers and, and Harleys and cruisers.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
we all started on sport bikes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we were a sport bike club. And we were, there was only one other one, and it was a Mexican, Latino club.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mention their name, but yeah, they're pretty notorious back then, and they came before us. And then there was another one, and they were like a younger club,
Okay.
and they were like stunters,
Okay.
but they also had an MC patch, and we came in after those two. And it was interesting because you come into, you have to get permission, right, to be able to even wear the patch. You have to get everything kind of like approved by the other members of the association, right? In Washington State, there is an association, but it's every state's a little bit different. But where I came from, there was an association, and they'd have monthly meetings. And I remember my first meeting, there was like a ton of empty tables. There was like these round tables. It was inside this big casino. You know, some really notorious clubs were there. And I'm not trying to mention that many names, but notorious clubs were there. And they would send a member from each of their respective clubs to go fill up the tables so we would have to stand up the whole meeting. Yeah.
That's petty, bro.
It is petty, right? But it's like it's part of that whole like earning your table. You have to earn everything in that world. And that's what it was like for us. And we had to stand up, like we were like lined up on the wall, like in a place that like clearly we didn't belong.
Yeah.
Right. And but we held our own. And I think we finally got a respect during a Christmas charity thing. They call it the toy run. They have one here in Washington State. I think every state has a toy run. When we got to the toy run, we had our vests. You know, we had the front, like we couldn't wear anything on the back, but the front, they said, oh, front's free for all. You can put whatever you want. Put whatever rainbow colors you guys want on there. That's pretty much what they told us. So that's what we did. We had like our little hall names, you know, our state, that kind of stuff, but nothing on the back, not until it was approved. So they had this toy run. It's like this big thing for them. We didn't realize, but we walked in there and we ran it. Like we just walked in there and said, what do you guys need? We're here to help. We want to be part of this. We'll do whatever it takes. And we did. Like we pretty much just took the reins on that. And then the following month's meeting after that, we actually got a standing ovation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They let you guys sit?
Yeah, they let us sit. We got our table. Like, you know, I personally designed the patch. I designed the font. I designed everything for that club, and it got approved. And I remember we were thinking of colors, and I was like, let's do orange. Nobody's got orange. Like, okay, well, orange and what? Because somebody wanted to do like green and purple, and I was like, no, it's whack. Let's do orange. Like, what about silver? Because we're Nevada, you know, Battleborn. I bet, yeah, orange and silver, and they're still around. And yeah, we got it. So it starts with like you become a family club, which is like a one piece. As long as all the pieces are connected, you're a family club, right? And then you start to break off in a two piece. You could still be a family club. And then I guess in Washington State, it's a little bit different, but you know, and then you got that bottom piece, right? So one, middle, and then the bottom is like your state, and you're kind of claiming that state. And then, you know, of course, you got the diamonds for the 1%ers and that kind of stuff. But essentially, once you get to that bottom piece, then you can move on to other states and, you know, be in other states. But I mean, there's so many different rules and stuff. And the reason we wanted to start an MC in the first place, or I guess my friend wanted to start an MC in the first place, was to get that respect. Okay. Right. And like, oh yeah, we're the first Asian MC in this state. Like predominantly Asian. Like we weren't just Asian. Like we had white dudes, we had, you know, black dudes, and I think we had a couple of Mexicans and stuff. So kind
of like the ratio right now.
Yeah. Yeah, like if I were to start an MC, it'd be like, oh, this is a good group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. We got an ADV guy. Perfect. Yeah.
Biker boys.
Biker boys.
Yeah, and we had you know, some of my friends were felons, and you know, we had an army guy back then. I wasn't the army guy. We had all kinds. Like it was just a really diverse group, and yeah, I did that for like 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like I just couldn't because I moved out here, and then eventually it's just like I just don't do that anymore.
Gotcha. Did it surpass what your expectations were for an MC? Like when you finally got into it, was it like, oh, this is exactly what I thought it was? Or was it more like wow, this is completely different than what I thought coming into this, and I appreciate it more because it's not what I thought it was?
Yeah. It was funny because there's different, like I could tell you different experiences that I have, good and bad, but some of the good ones were like I tried to shake this guy's hand, and I still had my glove on, and he didn't put his hand out at all, and he's like, I'm not shaking your hand, not with that glove on, and it was like that. It was just like. They're just like so abrupt. They're just like, no, you don't do that. It's disrespectful. Took my glove off, and then the dude gave me a hug. And he was like, there you go. You know, like they just kind of want you to understand because we were so freaking new, bro.
There was etiquette.
Yeah, and I could tell you other things like, you know, I saw people getting their cuts taken away by other club members, and then it's just like it's happening right in front of your face, and everybody's just like, "There's nothing you can do about it. These are the rules." Like this guy was getting beat by a different club, and they took his cut. You know, they call it a cut, and it's just like you're looking around. There's a ton of people, and it's just like nothing you could do, bro. There's nothing you could do. Imagine that, bro, and it's like one of your friends.
Yeah, the channel that your inner New Yorker like, hey, it's not my business.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It was like that, but it was just like, oh shoot, you know. And then, you know, we did things like that too to like, you know, we got in a lot of bar fights, you know, and a lot. I thought it was pretty cool walking into a club and people just walking out of my way, bro. I ain't gonna lie, dude. Yeah, that's it. Was kind of like.
Got like a VIP experience.
Yeah. People see you with the cut, and then you're in with a group, and then it's just like, oh shit, yeah. Make way, you know.
Yeah.
That was really interesting. I learned a lot about respect and respecting other people, looking people in the eye, you know. And you know, you see a lot of the bad, but I think you got to take the good with it, and then take that with you. The respect thing was huge for me. It was huge. Just shaking, like I still do it today. Like I won't shake your hand if I got my glove on. I don't know if you ever noticed. I take my gloves off whenever somebody comes.
I mean,
to
we
me.
usually do fist bumps.
Sure, yeah. I'll fist bump like with a glove on, but
Yeah.
I'll just take it off if somebody wants to tries to shake my hand.
Yeah.
But I'm not like disrespectful. I'm not like
Yeah,
take
yeah.
your glove off.
Yeah.
I just do it, and then even if they don't do it, I understand.
Yeah.
Which goes into the thing, like I think there's this misconception that people think you can't pass an MC that's grouped up in the streets.
Yeah.
You have to think about it, right? There's bad apples to everything. Okay, schools, churches, police departments. There's bad apples to everything, and you can't say like, oh, one club won't let you pass, so that's all clubs, right? Or a certain club has a bad reputation, so they all have a bad reputation. Some of these guys in the 1% clubs are like doctors, lawyers.
Yeah.
You know, and in the family clubs, some of them are cops. You know, some of them are firefighters. Some of them are just like regular people that they don't partake in the illegal activities or the criminal activities that you see on shows like Sons of Anarchy or you know, et cetera, et cetera. They're not all like that. There's presidents of MCs that don't allow that, and they're like outlaw MCs, and they don't allow that type of activity.
Oh wow.
Yeah. They're like, no, we don't run drugs. You know, we don't. It's such a misconception that a lot of people like.
Yeah, and I remember when we went to that Moto America race, and it was I think it was the Christian Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were like awesome. They were super nice. They were the ones that were like, hey, if you they were in charge of the gear check. And I was like, wow, like that definitely gave me a different perspective on like what an MC is about. It's like, okay, like yes, they're technically a motorcycle club, but they're doing a lot for the motorcycle community, especially at this very moment, because no one else was there. There was no other options for like, hey, like if you ride here, like what are you gonna do with your stuff? Carry it around the entire time? They're like, oh no, like we're running something. Like even the guy when we first got there was like, hey, we're doing this. He was walking around telling anyone that came in, like, hey, if you come in, there's a place for you to put your stuff. And I thought that was awesome. I was like, I thought it was going to be ran by Moto America or like one of the vendors, but for the fact that they actually were the ones in charge of that changed my perception. I was like, wow, that's actually really cool. And it opened my mind to the fact that, yes, they're a club, but they're not bad. Not all of them are bad. And there's times when they can probably do bad,
Absolutely.
but it's not all the time, you know?
And if you think about it, it's like doing bad things in your company uniform.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to beat somebody up with my cut on. You know how many cell phones there are these days? They're going to be like, oh, this member of this club beat this person up. No, I'm going to take that off. And you'll never know that I'm in an MC because I'm not going to have anything that's associated with my club because I don't want anything to fall back on my club because the club, it's its own entity, and whatever you do wearing that, like the club colors, it reflects on the club. And you never want to make your club look bad, especially not in the eyes of law, but especially not in the eyes of other club members.
Yeah.
Not club members, but like other clubs in the area.
Yeah.
You know, if you start doing things like that, you just give your own club a bad reputation, which you don't want. You know, a lot of people don't want that on their club. You know, so when you see things on like, especially online, on social media and that kind of stuff, like, oh, this MC wouldn't let me pass, blah, blah, blah. There's probably something else there. Or it's just like, oh, it's just that one person.
Yeah.
It's just that one guy or that one little group of that specific organization that, like, you know, they'll reprimand them within their own their own
circle.
Yeah.
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 So it's like, yeah, he probably got chewed out for that after someone found the video and was like, what the hell are you doing, bro?
Oh yeah, dude. We did that too
Yeah.
to our guys.
Yeah.
We were like, bro, like, come on, man, take it off, dude.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was here in Washington. Like, Washington takes their club stuff really seriously, man.
Yeah.
Really seriously. Like, and this, I was hanging out. So in Washington, it's like they have these things called RCs, which like are riding clubs before you get the MC. Apparently, like the MC is like the big one that you want. I was hanging out with an RC here when I first got here because that's all I kind of knew was like, oh, I'm gonna look for the MC people who are MCs. I was in a bar. I took my cut off and I just kind of laid it there on the seat because I went to the bathroom. And this guy, old man, bro, like came in and grabbed it. Yeah, grabbed it, and the RC stopped him, and he was like, why would this full patch MC just leave his cut on the chair? And I'm like, I didn't think about it, you know. And then there's things like, oh, you don't let somebody go to the bathroom alone. Right, because they could get beat up. Right, there's things like that because it's a real danger in that world.
Yeah.
But me being by myself, I didn't. You know, I'm just like, I had been out of it for so long. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, I had a conversation. I had a beer with him, and I was like, he's like, look, man, I don't know where you're from, but we don't do that here. And I'm like, no, we don't do it over there either. I just got complacent. And I said, I appreciate you for at least giving me a reminder to not take it off like that. Like, it's kind of like a disregard. There's things like, oh, you can't let it touch the ground, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I learned a lot of do's and don'ts, but I learned a lot about respecting human beings. Surprisingly, right? Through the world of being an MC. I grew up a lot. I learned a lot. I learned to respect people in a different way. So anybody out there thinking about starting an MC or joining an MC, don't do it. That's a lot of BS. And I think, you know, for me, it was just about riding. Like when I joined that group, I found the guys that like to ride all the time. And that's what we would do. We would wear our stuff and go ride, and then I'd hear from like our president, like, yo, people saw you guys riding, or people saw you guys at this club, and I'm like, yeah, bro, we just love to get out there on our bikes and just represent. Like, we'd go to other people's events just riding, and I saw a lot of cool shit. And I've told you guys stories offline.
So what I hear is we're pretty much an RC at this point. Me, Abel, Alex.
We're the Brude's RC, bro.
In the Brude hoodies, we're always.
He's grooming us into this motorcycle club.
And with that, you
One
still have
day
to
he's
get
gonna
permission.
choose some more colors. Like,
yeah. No, you still have to get permission to be an RC.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting, right?
Yeah.
Here in the state, you still gotta.
Like Marvin said, he's just grooming us slowly.
Nah.
All of a sudden,
Sounds so bad.
all of a sudden, we're gonna have rules. We'll be like, damn, when did this happen?
All right, guys, here are the bylaws. Sign them.
Yeah.
We signed them in blood.
Oh yeah, you have to have your
There's gonna be
dues
knives
as well.
right there.
Yeah.
What's that for?
Yeah.
Oh, see these contracts?
I hope that clears up any misconceptions about being an MC. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
So I thought the same, kind of like you think Sons of Anarchy. Like, that's when you, like, if you're not part of it, you don't know anything. You kind of think it's all like mean, gang kind of things. And so I was out early on in the year, and I was over in Yakima. And I went over and I rode over, parked my bike in front of this bar, and was out there for live music. There till about 11:30, and I hear a bunch of bikes show up, and I'm like, cool, I'm gonna go kind of look out, and I see all these guys all patched in. I mean, it was the three, so it wasn't just a family. You know, I was like, I don't know what, just like, not like, should I move my bike? Because I just parked it sideways and they have to park all in the same way. And they're like, oh, you're out there because I have a helmet and everything. And we went in chat. I think I chatted with them for 45 minutes. They're like, oh, this is super cool. It's great that you rode all the way over from Tacoma, and they're like, hey, do you want to ride tomorrow? I'm like, well, actually, I can't. But, they're like, it was like, they're like, yeah, just go out and ride. It's cool that you ride. They didn't care.
Yeah, we
but,
rode
I
with
had that
people who
thought.
are-
I'm like, oh, this could get bad or ugly. Like, I don't know, It's
No,
it's
no.
not. But it's that
members.
idea. Like, if you don't think about it,
Yeah. We rode with people who weren't. I rode with people who weren't MCs all the time.
Yeah,
With
right.
my kind of wanted group rides. I went to bike nights.
Like, yeah.
I think that's what we wanted to do was kind of show people like, hey, it's like it's not what you
not.
think it is.
But like, because I saw it too, because you saw, the first people in, and then you saw like that, and then it says prospect, and so I was like, it's a proper, like actually doing all the steps, not just the group. So I was like, well, I don't know, but it was kind of cool. They were just out there chatting and talking about bikes. It's a bike that they've not ever seen either, and it was cool. So
No, that's awesome,
But
man.
yes.
I'm glad.
it's a whole different place than you'd think of, I guess, in my mind. But
They're just people.
they're just people, exactly. You're saying
Yeah.
doctors and lawyers, and these guys are like, yeah, I do whatever down the street, and this guy works construction, and you
Yeah.
just don't even care. You just
Yeah.
go out and ride.
Most people think, oh, they're criminals.
they're all criminals. They're
Not always.
running drugs. They're doing all this. No, it's
No.
just a group. So yeah, we are the Brudes. Or
We are the Brudes. We're the Brudes RC, guys.
the Brudes RC.
If you ever have any questions about MCs, ask Alex. Oh my God!
But I know that most of the I'm curious what some of the RCs and MCs are doing now. At least over here, it's getting to be winter, so we're pretty much falling into when it's starting to get nice and cold. Does anybody have any plans? I mean, we won't be able to find out what the RCs do, but
Yeah,
do you guys have any plans?
Oh, yeah.
for
Bring your
like whether
batteries
it be
in.
like projects.
bring your
or-
batteries inside.
Bring your batteries.
But what if you're gonna
biking.
ride? Like is there like what would you use this time for? Like because a lot of people don't go out and ride. So like what would you do? Like what is your kind of
Podcasts.
no shit Sherlock? I know that.
Yeah. So what would I do? What do I do besides riding?
Yeah. Or not even besides riding, but just like what would you do? Like still within the motorcycle world in the winter.
Yeah, dirt riding.
Okay.
I think that's what I'm trying to get into. I want to give dirt biking a chance,
Okay.
and it just so happens like when I started
Marvin's
riding
happy
dirt
about that one.
bikes,
So excited.
it was towards the end of winter, and then as soon as summer comes, I'm like, Marvin, you're on your own, bro.
Yeah, he left me just like that.
Yeah. But now that it's like the start of winter, it's like I want to get back into dirt bikes again.
got a
So I want to
Kickstart.
get you out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get
Yeah.
maybe Sarvesh.
I definitely wanna try it now.
It's
No,
hard.
I'm
It's hard. It's hard to
You
get
down?
Storm.
super
I'm down too.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
He
for us
said, "Let's take note, guys." He said that he's down, but he's not 10 toes down, so it's not fully locked in.
10 toes, yeah, 10 toes
I'm
down.
super down.
Oh wait!
Oh, you
wait,
say
wait.
super?
Are you 10 toes
No, I'm
down?
super down. I was actually just telling Marvin.
No. Are you 10
No, I'm
toes?
10. I'm 11 toes down.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
But
Alright.
no, I was
He's
actually
committed
11
now.
I was just telling Marvin that I was in this group chat, and there's a guy who does motocross, and I was asking him how do I get into dirt bikes, and one of the guys was like, oh, get a 250, and then the guy that does motocross, he was like, no, like get a 450, you'll be fine. I'm like, oh, okay, like what is that compared to like
Sounds
with
like-
like sport bikes and stuff? He's like, oh, it's like a 1,000, but don't worry about it. You'll be fine. I'm like, no, are you trying to kill me out here, dude?
You're like, yeah, pretty
Oh,
much.
you'll
legal,
outgrow
but-
that 250 real fast. No, you won't.
But I know.
I'm down though.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. What about you, man?
I still have my Honda VFR that I need to take apart.
Oh, so you're gonna do
So-
a project inside?
Yeah. I mean, it's the best time to do it. I'm not, especially if I'm not riding. Like, I might as well actually do the work to my bike, considering that I'm been putting it off because I'm like, oh, it's too nice out. It's way too nice out. I'm not going to do it now.
I know
So-
Alex has a few, right?
Yeah.
I don't have any project bikes that
Yeah,
that
so-
are on. No, not at all.
So I might as well work
Oh,
on
that's
that because
690.
when comes spring, I want it to be running that way I can get on it and go,
Okay.
That's gonna be a fun bike.
or
man.
I can sell it.
Or sell it and get a dirt bike.
You got it for you guys don't know he got it for free.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was a come up, bro.
Yeah,
That was crazy.
but it has issues, and basically all the fairings are intact, but I have to get to turn over. It's a 1997, so any issues maybe a little bit harder because it's like, well, I can't find OEM parts for it.
Did we change the battery yet?
Yeah, change the battery. Remember, I got it
And
to
it
turn
cranks?
on, but it cranks, but it doesn't start.
Yeah,
Spark
so it's
plug.
either fuel or spark.
Yeah, and
Probably
I bought
spark
spark
plugs.
plugs. So
Yeah.
I bought 4 of them this week, actually.
It's just a matter of getting in there and
Yeah,
changing
and then I have to fix the forks, change the tires because it's been sitting for 5 years. So any of the issues, if they didn't change anything in the past, that means that has OEM things that could now be rotted out or completely shot because it's been sitting for years. So it's like, yeah, it looks great, but who knows for how long it's going to stay great.
Yeah. Speaking of tires, what is your thoughts on warming up tires before you ride? Like, a lot of people think you should warm up your tires before you, but how do you, like, what is the process of warming up tires?
ride.
Does anybody know?
This guy,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just go ride.
Just ride it.
Just ride it. You'll be fine.
Just send it.
Don't. Whoa, no.
Just
no,
send
no,
yeah.
no, no.
Just send it, bro.
Don't.
Are you telling
If you
the
tell-
world right now to
If you
send
tell,
it?
if you tell Sarvesh to go ride, he'll just ride it. If you tell Alex to go ride, he'll just send it.
Yeah.
No,
I
definitely
mean,
don't
I
send it.
changed my rear tire directly before this podcast. I
And
don't
still
think
sent it lane splitting.
I sent it all the way here.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I felt it was because obviously it's a new tire. There's the oils and whatever on it. You kind of want to get off those newer tires. I still felt it slide a little bit. But
Okay.
I
What
didn't
tires
feel
you
like
go
it was
with?
scary. I went that has a road hex on it now.
Very nice.
So that's a tire that's actually doesn't need to be warmed up. Is what they say. So it has the traction that it's going to have, cold or hot. You get a little bit more hot, but the actual profile of those tires and the way that those compounds work is it doesn't get that much grippier. So
Okay.
So that's the scientific way, but you're saying just normal riding storm?
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, don't go out. Don't like right when you turn on your bike. Don't
pin it.
Sorry. Don't pin it. Don't pin that thing, dude.
Yeah.
No, it's over for that.
Take it easy.
Yeah, I think you just take it easy for like the first like 5, maybe
5 to
10
10,
minutes,
yeah.
and then you're pretty much good to go.
Yeah.
I actually need to change my tires because I have the Diablo 4s, I believe.
Rossos?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
And I heard those tires take super long to warm up. So
Super
I think-
Corsas or Rossos?
I'm not too sure. I'm
Is that
taking
like
picture, I'm
a
gonna send
softer
it.
compound?
Okay. Yeah.
Is that like a softer compound?
Yeah, so Super Corsas are more like for summer.
Oh, okay.
They are
Yeah.
super courses, actually. I think they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, so I need to change that.
Yeah, they're more summer tire.
Do they have more like a harder carcass on them, or?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's actually a softer carcass. It's hard to explain. So the softer the compound in cold, the longer it takes to heat up, giving them a harder, it makes the tire harder. I don't know how to
It's
explain
very
it.
confusing. I had someone try to explain this to me.
Well,
'cause I was saying it.
essentially, what how you think about it is, like, of course, if it's soft, it's gonna, like, at least when it heats up, it does it fast in normal conditions. But if it's cold, it's continuously losing. Like, you're fighting an uphill battle. It's like rolling a rock uphill, and you're slipping. So yes, it's heating up, but it constantly wants to cool itself down because it's not made to retain the cold. So it's trying to shift that out, but it's not winning.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, it's weird. The only thing I know for sure is in wet conditions, you want a tire that has a high silica content.
Correct.
Yeah. Track tires don't have a high silica content, which makes them softer. It's weird, bro. It's
So
just-
that's why you guys told me
Marvin's
with
just thinking
Abel's
over
bike
here like,
to-
I don't got to worry about that. I just hit the dirt and go. Or is there an actual? Is that something that you ever have to worry about on dirt?
Well, yeah, in wet conditions, you want gummy tires. So that's the softest compound where literally you can just push the knob with your thumb
Okay.
because you want it to wrap around the whatever obstacle you're going over.
But that's
or
not good
dig
for
into.
street riding, right?
No. I think he's talking about dirt.
No, right. But it would
Yeah.
eat it up if you
Yeah.
take that onto the street. It
If
would
you
eat
took
it
that
up.
on the street, I don't know, like 10 hours would be done.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
So
you're
now,
rip-
in that, now you have hurt tires. There's your like knobs on that. Do you want more space on them, or is less space in like the wetter conditions?
Yeah,
Like,
depending on the terrain you're riding
the
too.
terrain.
How muddy it is. Is it rocky? Is it sandy? Do you want, if you have a certain tire, then the mud's just going to stick together and clump up, giving you slicks pretty much on the dirt. Or do you want it to fling off? Yeah. Which also depends on your riding style. If you're not riding fast enough, you don't have the speed to fling the mud off. Therefore, you're stuck with slicks,
That's what I'm thinking.
which sucks.
Specifically, someone here on a hill in some certain situation with mud packed into his tires.
Yeah, you
and I
felt
was-
that when we
it
were
just-
at Capitol.
yeah,
You just kept spinning
Yeah.
and spinning and spinning. So yeah, it was-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good to know. At least it's not like super difficult, but there is actually a difference.
Yeah, there's compounds for different terrains. So you have like gummy, soft, intermediate, and then hard, depending on how rocky it is.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Longevity, like how often do you want to change tires? Some people in races change their tire every single time they go out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, for a race, because like these races are like 5 hours long, and in that one race, like the Sea to Sky just happened, and in that one race, your tires could be brand new, and then by the end of it, it's just all the knobs are gone.
Interesting. Wow. You know what's funny? Do you watch any like motorcycle content creators that do dirt stuff?
Yeah, I never thought about that.
See, I think about it all the
Never
time.
thought
like,
about that.
Who's a content creator that like the
Usually, like
like
gear reviews.
MotoVlog? No. I'm talking about like a creator
Oh.
that creates content around dirt ride. Like you know how we have MotoVloggers, right?
Yeah.
But they're all like typically street riders.
Mm-hmm.
Like okay, people consider me a motovlogger, right?
Yeah.
Is there anybody in the dirt like that you follow besides you and McGregor? Good old Obi-Wan Kenobi.
They do. I never just follow a person. I usually, if I'm riding somewhere new, I'll look for videos of that area so I can get a grasp on like, oh, okay, that's what it's like to do the Oregon BDR.
Why do you watch my videos?
Why do It's very entertaining.
Because you watch my videos.
Yeah,
I see you
yeah.
repost them all the time. And
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, shit,
um,
Marvin be watching my videos.
Yeah,
It's not like you knew me before we met.
that car meet.
Yeah. So you guys don't know, Marvin's one of the few that I was friends with, not because of a double moto.
Yeah,
We just met.
I went to a car meet
Yeah.
on a motorcycle.
Yeah, he took his 701 to a car meet.
Yeah.
And I knew what that bike was because I always wanted one. I was like, yo, that's sick, man.
Can you touch the ground?
Yeah, that's the first thing
I was like, can you?
And then he looked at me, he's like, I'm Filipino, just so you know. And I'm
He
like,
goes, no.
really? I didn't know. Oh my God. I wonder what? He made it a point to tell me he was Filipino. It's freaking hilarious. But
Yeah,
yeah.
that was a funny one.
Yeah, that is how we met. But yeah, I don't know why you watch my stuff. Because if you're not a motovlogger fan,
That's entertaining.
you just like it.
Yeah.
After you saw your episode, like
Yeah.
or the short that I made of you, you're like, oh, this guy's pretty funny.
Yep.
Do you think you would watch others, or you just kind of strictly watch mine?
Well, yours pop up on my feed all the time. So I was like, oh, new episode. Click that.
All
yeah.
of us here are plagued with that, just like randomly
There's
scrolling
his
through.
face
You're like,
again.
oh, there he is.
There's his, okay. Well,
Yeah, I had no idea. Like, so I don't watch a lot of content creators, but I had no
Yeah.
idea that your stuff was picking up, and like you had some that beat the algorithm and got millions of views. And I'm just, when I heard that, I was like, oh shit, that's sick. Somebody had told me that.
Yeah.
I think it was Taylor from Riverside.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just flipped. I mean, like Instagram and like all the reels and stuff. It's always like filmed in vertical.
Right.
And I never liked that, to be honest.
Sure.
But I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to film in landscape. And instead of
just
telling
post
people
it.
to rotate their screen, I'm just going to,
Yeah.
Just throw it on
yeah, I'm
there.
just going to throw it on there.
And you're pretty consistent with your posts. You post all the time.
I try, yeah.
And your
just for
feed
fun.
looks
It's just
really
I
consistent.
have so much footage. Like that's the thing I like about GoPro is I was just showing him.
Oh yeah. He's
But
got
it's unlimited cloud storage, so I can just fall back from what did I do 2 months ago? Oh, that was fun. Okay, and then I'll just edit like a short clip out, and then I'll just throw it on there because I'm like, it's hard to go through all that. So I'll just post something,
Quickly.
quickly, and so
If you could make motorcycle content creation or be a motovlogger, would you do it as a job?
yeah.
Really?
I mean, it's my thing is I don't like talking while I'm riding.
Ah.
Yeah, unless I'm chit chatting with in comms and stuff.
So you just posting little clips.
Yeah, little clips.
What
and
about
there's no
a whole
talking.
20-minute clip of you just riding and no talking, or maybe talking every now and then? Would you do that? Because
Yeah.
it's easy to do.
Yeah, I would do that. I tried.
Yeah,
in
I
that
mean,
video.
it was pretty.
I was,
it
like,
was pretty
trying.
solid. It was
Yeah.
pretty actually.
I was like
interesting for
MotoVlogging
sure.
when I soloed the Washington BDR.
You posted that?
No, haven't posted it.
No.
But I.
How did you see it?
Because I was at his house.
Yeah.
Oh, he showed it to you?
Yeah.
Dude, posted that. I didn't watch that.
I know.
Maybe
I tried.
don't.
But it's hard when you're riding to talk too.
Yeah.
You're doing a hill climb, and next thing you know, you're like, you got to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
so
get used to
I'm
it
like
after a
super
while.
focused.
Yeah. 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 No, you definitely get used to it after
Yeah.
a while. I think, that's one of the things for me is when I started motovlogging, you do run out of things to say.
Oh yeah.
You do.
Oh my god.
He said, "Oh my god."
Yeah,
Okay.
This guy's the king of.
Let's
of,
do
of,
it, bro.
Of randomly
Listen,
making
okay.
up something.
Hold on.
Oh my
Put the
God.
camera on me real quick. Hold on. This guy makes really funny content.
It's the randomest content.
It is very random content, but he never makes long form content. And if he could only hone in that energy that he puts into his short form content, his long form content I think it would be better. Because right now he tried to make a long form video of us at the track. I got bored.
Dude,
But I don't get bored of your shorts. Your shorts are freaking hilarious.
Well, okay, so
It's just Storm being Storm.
to go back to what Nate was saying about projects during the winter, I really want to like try to hone in on long form content.
Yeah.
What kind of content would you do?
I'm not too like.
You're gonna be entertainment, aren't you?
Would you do
Like-
motovlogs?
Like I kind of like I want to do like entertainment stuff, like where it's like my short form, but it's just longer. But I also want to do what is that Jay guy? Is he from the UK or is he from Australia?
He's Australian.
Okay, I want to do something like that and like a
So
mixture
teach
of,
people?
well, like just like the cinematic like form of.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking
so, like,
about.
So like that, and then also like a mixture of Marvin's, because dude, your reels are fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They're really freaking nice, dude.
You gotta go check
It's-
his stuff out.
It's so nice to like when I'm going like down my feed and I see your videos. They're like
You
it's-
just stop.
Aesthetically
you just
pleasing.
stop and
I just
stare.
like it's like it's
Color
simple,
corrected.
but it's like it's simple in like an artistic way. It's so it's
The
refreshing
lumas,
to
the
see.
lumas and the gammas are correct.
Yeah, it's
The
nice,
vector
yeah.
scope is right in the center.
Check,
really
check
nice,
your
yeah.
histograms.
But yeah, no, that's I think I really want to hone in on
So you wouldn't do motovlogs?
I do, but man, I think my attention span is like so short now because of the reels and like the instant gratification of like getting views and getting likes and comments. The like long form is kind of just
When you do your reels, is it like, do you know exactly what you're talking about and you just get on the bike and you talk about that and then you're like, okay, I got it? Or like, are these like clips of you just talking about random stuff in your way, in the storm way, and then you go back home and you're like, this is one clip, this is one clip, this is one clip, but they don't all go together.
yes, that what you just said.
So you just
sometimes,
ride and you're like, what was the last one? Like Booger Man or something? I don't know what the heck it was. Like you said you Googled it. You're like,
Oh.
oh, you guys can Google this word or
oh,
something.
gooner.
Gooner.
Yeah, well,
I'm a gooner. Can you explain to us what a gooner is?
oh,
Oh,
Hold on, first of all, before you explain,
let me tell
which
you,
one of us
brother.
are gooners?
I don't even know what it means.
I don't know what a gooner. I was gonna Google it, but I was like, you know what? We're doing the podcast
So
today.
a good thing or a
I'm
bad
gonna
thing?
ask him what the gooner. I don't know. Hold on, which one of us is gooners? Would you consider a gooner?
Keeps looking at Alex. Keeps looking at Alex.
I knew it. Without Googling it, I was like, I think Alex is a gooner.
I don't know what this is, but I guess I am it.
Yo, we're about to find out, dude.
definitely. Okay, I don't know if it's like appropriate to describe on here, so I'm gonna just leave it to the audience to Google.
Okay.
We're just gonna leave it at that
Okay. Okay. But Alex is definitely a gooner.
for sure.
And you are too.
No.
You said you were.
This dude before
On
the
your
podcast.
post it says, I'm a
Yes,
gooner.
for
I'm a gooner.
entertainment purposes.
Oh,
Yes,
but IRL. Like a gooner.
Are you Googling?
He's Googling out. He's looking it up.
No, dude, wait, dude,
It says Alex.
Don't give Alex a chance, bro. Why are you Googling yourself?
Hey, why is there a picture of you?
Oh my god. Okay. All right. We'll look.
I
Oh, are you? Do you?
It's like a
agree?
link to
You
his
actually still have no
Instagram.
idea? Okay.
I don't know which one.
Which one it is? Oh,
There's
it's
like
different. There's
7
different.
definitions.
No,
Oh,
you
good.
gotta do
Is
the-
it an Urban Dictionary definition?
Yeah, you have to do the Urban Dictionary.
I'm
definition.
a post one on
Okay.
Urban Dictionary.
We'll
And
check
just
it
put
out.
Alex's face on it.
But no, sometimes like I'll come up with the ideas before I go out and ride, and sometimes the ideas are like conversations that I just have with my fiance. So
Yeah. No, I think that's what my manager tells me all the time. She's like, you need to come up with the idea before you even record, because sometimes you're just talking nonsense. Yeah.
That's
so I
that's
stopped
how I
doing
feel.
it.
That's why I sometimes don't like to watch MK stuff because he's just talking. Yeah, but he's not talking about anything, bro.
That is true.
He's
No,
not
he's a
talking
MotoVlogger.
about anything.
In LA.
He
I mean,
just
I have
rambles.
Just
dude.
random
It's just
stuff
kinda
that he
boring.
sees.
No, but he just
Like putting
rambles.
carbon wheels on my H2, and it's
that's
just like,
fire.
No, it's fire.
but it's like 30 minutes of
sick,
him
yeah.
in the same garage, bro. And I'm just like, all right.
or just riding around and
Who is
talking
actually
It is
about the
different
exact
age
same
groups.
thing.
Could that be a thing?
I think it's
Like-
demographic too. Probably like a lot of kids in India that
Oh my
can't.
god.
Oh no, that time I was being serious. Sorry, bro. Sorry. But no, yeah, I think like a lot of somebody had said it in one of my videos. I said, no, it's true. In India, we don't get to see like H2s, and we don't get to see these kinds of super bikes.
So they're
That's why we love
fascinated.
IMK, because he shows those things. So really, for IMK,
Damn,
it's
we're
the
too
bikes.
we're too broke for them. Gosh,
Well,
community is
we got Abel.
we're too broke for
We
the
got
community,
Abel.
guys. The
Yeah.
the Middle Eastern group is like, we can see that every day.
Right. Yeah. But then you can look at the demographics on, like, say, my analytics. It's like, oh, it's a good percentage of it. I think I'm at like 36% is US based followers. And then you would think it'd be the Philippines, but no, it's India next.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's your people, bro. Yeah.
Or it's
Shout out to
view
my
farms.
Say hello.
Hello,
guys.
Hello.
Hello.
We don't get canceled here, Marvin. He's over there like, can we say it? Can we do that? Yes.
I can
Yes,
do my
we can.
accent? No.
I gotta hear it.
No,
Offline. That one might. It sounds like it's gonna hurt some people. Marvin's got that eye like, I don't know. You want to hear my accent?
We just need to hear Storm do the accent of Nate, because that we were hearing earlier.
Even I was like, bro, that one hurt my feelings, bro. That one hurt my feelings. Yo, for real. But I mean, I think that goes on to the next question. Are MotoVlogging, or is MotoVlogging, is it dead? Is it dying? What's going on with it? If we're not watching what true, because if you think about true MotoVlogging, it's what IMK does.
True.
Yeah.
He just records his whatever
Like
he's doing that day.
maintenance or
Maintenance, putting this on,
getting groceries.
check out my garage, riding around and talking about something. Yeah, a lot of Fastlane D stuff currently is like that.
Yeah, I was supposed to say I like more Fastlane D's version of motovlogging than I do on MK's.
Is it because he's black?
No, it's because
Why did my voice change? I don't know why my voice changed.
not because he's black. He's just more interesting. Like
more
in
interesting.
my opinion, he's not.
You
Like,
told me his voice was annoying, dude.
no. MK's voice
he's
is
all
more.
Oh, I'm K's voice,
Yeah.
not Dylan's.
No,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
mind his. It's just like at
Okay,
least when it
gravy.
comes to throwing stuff on and just like watching it, I'd rather be entertained. Half of the time, I'm never entertained
With
with
IMK?
with MK stuff.
Is his voice too soft?
It's not even that. It's just MK doesn't say anything of substance versus like Fastlane D actually talks about stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then he doesn't repeat the same thing 5 times, 4 times within the process of 20, 30 minutes. So like that's the biggest thing is all of IMK stuff looks great, but if he's talking, it's like, what the hell is this guy talking about?
What, do you agree with that? Because you're a big IMK fan.
First, I just want to say, Kay, these guys hate you.
I don't hate him.
Not-
I appreciate
I
him for what he
love
does. It's just I'd rather turn off the
Wait,
sound.
you watch? Hold on. You watch IMK's videos?
Oh, so yeah.
You're an
when
avid watcher.
when I'm eating.
Oh, okay.
When I'm eating.
So
I-
so you're like you sit down and have lunch. You'll put on an IMK video.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, his.
What attracts you about IMK?
He just wants to glaze all
Dude,
the
his
bikes.
bikes are just, well, his bikes are his
See,
bikes
I
are.
called it. He just wants to glaze all the
That's what a
bikes.
gooner
Okay,
is.
okay. Here we go. No, his I mean, I think his videos are super interesting. I could see how like people like do get bored.
What's
with
the most
watching-
interesting video of his that you think?
I
we
think
should
his
watch?
his
If I were to put an IMK video on right now, which one or ones would come to mind?
well, I might butcher the name, but is it MV Augusta or
Okay.
Augusta. MV Augusta.
Okay.
I think when he does videos, well, when he did do videos about that bike, I think that was
So it's the bikes that you come for, not IMK.
Yeah, not him.
Oh, does he put like exotic bikes up there? on
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Again, it goes back to what I was saying.
HP4 race.
Yeah, it's the bikes that you're attracted to.
Like
Not
I
necessarily
H2 at like a
Cali.
supercar meet or
True.
some stuff.
maybe
Yeah,
like
yeah,
living
yeah.
vicariously through him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang.
Working on the bikes.
Are we? This is like a therapy session or something?
It's okay, man.
This video's not sponsored by
We're all
BetterHelp.
broke boys and we want big bikes.
Sponsored
all
by
right?
BetterHelp,
Not
guys.
this week.
You know
No.
that?
This week, that's
No, okay.
Yeah.
It's okay,
So
Storm.
it
We're all
brings the
broke boys
enjoyment
that want to
to
live with
see
big bikes.
someone's perspective.
okay.
It's a
But-
showboat. It's like
Dang.
Yeah.
it's a showboat. Like he likes fancy, shiny,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
cool stuff.
Tell us how you really feel.
Not as like Storm likes
Yeah.
aesthetically pleasing things.
Yeah.
Notice
Yeah.
that.
He's a rich boy trapped in a
That's
broke
why
boy
he
life.
says,
Okay, so-
looks like it's very important to him.
Okay, so since we're having
That's true. He was talking about clapped out bikes last time.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was really heated about that.
Heated
Stop
about
bringing
that.
clapped out bikes to my meets. You bring those to the double moto meets, not Storm's
I
meets.
think
You will not be on the video.
and it, like you would go if you were to buy a bike and they would tell you like this is the best bike out there and stuff and you'd be like, yeah, I don't really like the way it looks though,
Yeah,
and you would pick a different bike.
true. No, that's very true. Actually, yeah.
Damn, I feel like I can't bring my dirt bikes around him now.
It's okay. He can't ride them anyway. So yeah, so you're interested in the bikes, not necessarily IMK. He just happens to be the vessel.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will admit that. Yes. Yes. I'm sorry, Kay. I still love you though.
Yeah.
It's all right. He won't see this.
Is
I'm a
that
summer
guy
king.
aesthetically pleasing too?
Yeah. I'd say
Yeah.
yeah.
Looking guy, like a model
Yeah.
looking guy.
a
Yeah.
good-looking
He
dude.
glazes to him for
Yeah.
sure.
He's a
For
good-looking
sure.
guy.
Yeah, it's all good. Bro. Do you still watch MotoVloggers, Sarvesh?
Not anymore. Like the two people I used to watch was when you used to do motovlogging and then Walterific. But
Oh, Walterific.
yeah, I used to like how, what is it, like just like the, you know those little faces he would put, and it's just
Yeah.
like his
He's known for that.
personality is what would like. I was like, oh, I like this guy because he's like outgoing. He talks a lot and he just like points out everything he sees. Because like if I was to do motovlogging, I'd like I can't think of a topic and then go and try to find it. It just like I'd be recording, it would just come up and I'd see like say or find a topic about it. But like Walterific, I went on his page. It's like nobody, like the two people, you haven't done motovlogging because like
No, I think I did put one out on the Hyper Motard.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was like a
like
motovlog.
not like what is it? Everybody's like switching their focus from like motovlogging to some other content because like let's say Walterific videos, like they aren't like as consistent as he used to upload, and I'm just seeing like people who I used to watch are just like slowly decreasing.
Do you think motovlogs are dying then?
I don't necessarily. Probably, actually, slowly. Like for me, the people I watch, yes, but for like IMK, Fastlane D, I feel like they would keep going because Fastlane D and IMK, I do watch their stuff from time to time.
There's like anomalies, right? I think Brian 636 is one of the few that like does motovlogs, but I think people come there for the stunting and the personality,
Yeah.
right? And then the Hood Eats, people love that. I think that's one of his most popular segments of Brian 636 is the Hood Eats. So I think you just got to find what's unique to you and then just do that. And then when that kind of fades off, you got to find something else that is also unique to you or like unique to the niche that is motovlogging.
To me, I feel like motovlogging is just like it's not like something you can consistently do like as one topic. Like I feel like it's something that yes, it'll be like you'll get into it, but then you'll drift away from it for a little bit and then maybe come back to it, and then it's just like an on and off thing.
Exhibit
with
A.
MotoVlogging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul, right here?
Yeah,
But-
I mean, like, okay,
but
so
it
what
would-
do you guys think of the content that I put out now?
I think it's. I mean, it's good
I
for sure.
enjoy
I
it.
think it's of course more circumstantial. Like the MotoVlogs are great for when you can't really get out there and do a multi-day thing. Like during the summer, it was like, of course I could do the work and do a MotoVlog every day, but it would make more sense for you to just do like a bigger story because we're doing so much in that time versus like winter when we go to the Ruston or we do Dash Point real quick. Like it makes sense.
To just do a motovlog.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like it's a quick thing.
So do you enjoy the stories that I'm telling, like during the summer?
Yeah.
You do. Okay. And then do you enjoy like?
Because when I come inside and want to rest, like just chill out, it gives me something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Versus like just a quick form of entertainment here and there because I know it's kind of meh out. Like
Yeah.
I'm inside the entire time. I don't necessarily like another big video is not necessarily something I want to watch because that feels more like a movie when it's like crappier out in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Versus when it's nice out, you get inside, you're like, time to relax.
Yeah.
So
So you think motovlogging has its seasons?
I think it does.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's how I'm taking motovlogging now. It's like winter time is, let's bring back the vlogs. I just call them the vlogs. I don't really necessarily call them the motovlogs. There's things that I want to include in there that, like we went to the pumpkin patch and I used to include my kids a lot and my family a lot and my mom and cooking. I want to get back into that.
Yeah.
I think there's just a season for motovlogging, and I think for some creators, it's like that is all they do. And they would like, I don't know if Gasoline D's ever told like a cinematic type of video story. I don't know if MK's ever done that, or they're just kind of like, oh, maybe it's just like that's all they know how to do. I'm pretty versatile in a sense that there's more that I would love to put out on a double moto, but it's just so motorcycle centric that even the vlogs, I want to keep them more motorcycle vlogs than anything. That's why I'm like, oh, let's do dirt bikes this winter. Yeah, because it's still two wheels, right? Even though I'm getting the Stark Varg, it's an e-bike, but at the end of the day, it's a very niche bike that fulfills that motorcycle market. So I personally don't think motovlogs are dying. I just think that it has its season.
Now that I think about it, I would say it's not dying. It's more
Well,
seasonally.
Yeah.
For like say dirt, you're kind of starting into it, so you can see your progression. People can see your progression as you do it more often too, and I feel like some people that's exciting. Yeah, if they're supportive.
And
So,
that daily journey.
Yeah, absolutely. So for you guys that are starting your journey of social media, I would say don't overthink it and just put out the videos now. Okay. I know this guy's got a crap ton, bro.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
And
Dude,
just
you
said,
probably
like,
have a viral video on your hands that you haven't even posted yet.
I
2
always say,
terabytes?
bro, like
Dude.
stop worrying about what it is.
my
That you'll figure
God.
that out later. But like, look at Marvin. He posts stuff that's like, he said, "Oh, I have this video of just me not even talking that much."
Yeah,
And
I
that's
don't think
okay.
any of my videos I talk. I just because for me, I look for the aesthetically pleasing. I'm like, that's a cool trail. I'm just gonna throw that up.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that. The Royal Jordanian, he is famous for his like daily interactions on motorcycles. He wouldn't talk. He would just ride around and people would talk to him. And that dude, like, we get hundreds of thousands of views. So I think if you think like, oh, there's no topic here, maybe there is no topic. Maybe it's just the interactions that you have, like the concerts that you go to, that you ride to, and it's just like 30 minutes of this, and it could be ASMR type. Rob Hamilton, he's pretty famous for that. Moto Feels. He did like motovlogs and motorcycle tutorials and editing tutorials, and then he created a second channel called Rob Hamilton, where he just does moto camping, and it's ASMR
Oh, you were
stuff.
telling me about
Oh
that.
yeah.
Dude.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Hundreds
Just
of
setting
thousands
up-
of views, more views than his other channel that he probably works a lot harder on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
just films himself setting up camp, right?
Yeah. And you never know. You'll never know what
Okay.
what actually hits
Interesting.
until you're like, oh, this is working for me right now. Like for me, it was like motovlogging is working for me right now, and then eventually it was like, I gotta work with more brands.
Yeah.
There's no way this is sustainable. Like I'm not IMK where I can just like put a 30-minute video and get like 60,000 views. I'm like, I have to figure out how to work with brands. And then now my aim is to be the most trustworthy. Bro, I want to be the MKBHD of motorcycles.
Hey, it's possible.
Marquez Brownlee decides what phone you buy in 2024.
This is
I want to
true.
decide what helmet or what bike you buy in 2024.
I was about to say, I think you've already
You mean
done that
2025?
with KYT.
That is true.
Yeah.
And then making everyone think it's not making everyone think, but the misconception on Gixxers.
Yeah.
Because he loves Gixxers.
I do. I absolutely do. Yeah. I think. Yes, I think I look to MKBHD. I look to Marquez Brownlee a lot for inspiration, because sometimes he just puts out videos that is just him talking into the camera, and it's like there's something so appealing about his opinion. And then when my manager's like, people want to know your opinions, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Like, people want my opinion on certain bikes, and then I can make a 15-minute video about that, and people will pay attention and watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I had made a Double Moto such an impactful brand for the community, and I always wanted to be a trusted brand too. Like, I don't get everything right, I say, but I try my best, and I think that's what I look forward to for you guys as future creators. Is like, bros, dude, let me see Sarvesh's take on motorcycle life, or like being like, what do you have to bring to the table? That's my challenge to all of you. Like, what do you have? Like, I put my hat in. You guys know me. A lot of people know me, and I was on TikTok. Sometimes I jump in people's TikTok lives, and one guy was like, "Dude, you don't know how big your reach is. Like, we don't know you just from TikTok. People know you from different places." I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting," but also my friends are trying to become creators. Is MotoVlogging dying? Not necessarily for certain people, right? Because it's Brian 636. That's his take on motorcycles. I want to know what your guys' take is. You want to be like Jay, but Jay's already Jay.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I want to be like Marquez, but Marquez is already Marquez.
Yeah.
I think you just have to take bits and pieces from your favorite creators and kind of just put your own little spin to it. Eventually, like, you'll get your own little niche. I guess mine's just talking the shits or getting pulled over by cops for some weird reason.
You have something there. You just need to make it long for. What do you guys think? Okay, what do you guys think of Storm's content on his short stuff? I think it's pretty entertaining.
It's entertaining. He's funny.
Like, I'm looking at you because you're pretty direct and you don't sugarcoat.
Let's be honest, okay? When the camera cuts, they're about to talk hell. Your content's trash. But on camera,
Where's the mute button on this?
On camera, off camera.
That's why I was like, so what do you guys think? I look at Alex. Is it good? And you're like, no. What do you think, bro?
I think it's good. I think, it's funny. You just go around and you say, hey, kind of not anything you kind of want to comes to mind.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
It's funny.
Whatever the two brain cells in there like. Like think for the very second. I'm the same way too.
Yeah. No, exactly.
But those two brain cells come together and make an idea, and you're like, that's it. That's what I'm going. All right, I got 50 seconds to do this.
Whenever like your reels pop up, I stop and watch it because I know it's about to be some dumbass shit.
That's the thing. It's like
whatever it was today.
It's
a short
personality that makes it up.
Yeah, it's short dumb crap,
but it's super entertaining.
It is.
It just truly is entertaining. So don't stop doing your.
Don't stop.
Don't stop letting those two brain cells come together to make something. All right. We enjoy it.
Yeah.
There's this one video I remember. It was way before I knew you, and because the first time I met you was when I rode his 750 to Ruston, and that's when I met you.
Yeah.
And he was talking about this one video that went viral. This was way before I had a bike, so this was like when you had the Gixxer. What is it? I'd usually just say random TikTok videos because that's when I was like, oh, I wanted to get into bikes, this and that. He was talking about one time he was in a parking garage where his video went viral. I remember pulling up that video 2 years ago, and I was like, "There's no way."
Yeah, it was a video. We were doing a Halloween ride, and we're at the is it Bellevue Mall or what's that mall? It's the mall in Bellevue. But anyways, we pull up to this parking spot, and a Tesla was about to park there, but we like cut through some like cars or whatever, and took the spot. And I was laughing like how I normally fucking laugh, and it was like
reaction.
3.4 million views, but it's just all hate. Like, oh, dude, no, I'm saying like real, dude. No, listen. I literally just all hate.
That's awesome. No, it was all people hated that video.
No, so
I lost followers.
There was like people saying like, oh,
gotta read off the comments.
There's people saying like, oh, you would have came back to your brake lines being cut, or like I would have slashed all your tires, or all you guys' bikes would have been knocked down. It was insane. Yeah,
I can't believe that didn't discourage you.
No,
or like you didn't take it down.
No. I think I think if your video goes viral, whether it's bad or good, I think you should capitalize on it.
Andrew Tate.
You're still gonna get hate.
Andrew Tate.
Yep, I think you should capitalize on it.
Start laughing.
He capitalized on everything, and now he's just there.
You just exist. Yeah. But I mean, do you think you always have to be so charismatic or entertaining, or can you be just you? Because I know you're talking about like, oh, you want to take a little bit of everybody's and find your own. But what if you're just you? Somebody I can think of like right off the bat is Nate. Nate's very reserved. He's very just like, yeah, sure.
But it's not entertaining though.
That's pretty good. That's what you think. Yeah, I know. I know. My manager says that too. You did really good impressions. I was like, thank you. You know, guys. Yo. But I'm saying, people, there's an audience for that.
Okay.
There's an audience for that. Like, my biggest advice is just to be Nate.
Okay.
Be Nate, but
I can't see
like,
it. Should I be calorie deficit Nate or normal version?
I would say somewhere in between.
Okay, all right.
But like, show me what you have to bring to this table.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm part of it now.
Oh yeah, no, you're stuck in
You know
the
what I
table
mean? It's just kind
regardless.
of like, here's, and I'm not trying to like, but no, I pushed my way into this.
Yeah.
Because I knew I had something to provide to the community.
Oh yeah.
Now you're coming into my ring.
Yeah.
Like, show me what you got, bro.
Yeah.
And I want to see it. I'm gonna criticize it.
I know.
I'm gonna push you so hard and be like, okay, and I'm gonna make you earn your place in the space that is.
See, it is an MC.
It is, bro. What do you mean, bro, brother?
So we're gonna get patched in and
Your patch is the YouTube black.
there you go. You are now part of this crew.
Yes, exactly. Do we have time for questions?
No, it's up to Amelia.
It's already done. I'm not kidding.
Holy
It's an
No
hour,
time for questions.
hour
Yeah.
and 2 already
Okay,
on this
all right.
section.
Golly,
We'll
gee
get the
whiz.
questions
No questions. I'm so sorry. We'll answer these questions on the next Brood Talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys coming. Thank you guys so much. I'll let Nate do it.
Moving too quick, but if you order a Brood hoodie, you also get some goodies with it. So you'll have key tag, sticker, air freshener. So this comes with your order of a Brood hoodie.
adobemoto.com. Okay, that's enough advertising for adobemoto.com.
But that's a nice calm Nate. Here's your Brood hoodie. You get a nice sticker, and I'm like, buy shit. It's the other way.
People know why they should buy this shit.
No. Just buy the shit. It comes free. It's awesome. Go.
Yeah. I want to thank Marvin, aka the Filipino Logan.
It's the beard.
We're gonna make a Brood hoodie specially for him in plaid.
If you know Marvin, you know that does a great move. He will wear it.
A Brood flannel. I think a Brood flannel should come around.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just says Brood. Yeah.
Absolutely. I want to thank
in.
everybody for coming. Thank you, Alex, for always like. This is fun, dude.
For being a gooner.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Saying random shit. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
I love you guys. Anything to add? Yeah, I think you all have something unique to bring. You're very unique. You need to earn your spot in the motovlogging space so you can stop choking on I'm K.
I feel like I've earned it just a little bit.
Yeah, no, for sure.
He can only choke twice instead of 3 times now.
I'm just amazed that it's not Mr. Woods this week. So
Next
that's
week.
your other one.
Next week, for sure.
Mr. Woods.
That is all. Brood's out. Peace. You want to do it? You want to do it?